You are now listening to Nerd Rage Radio with Bobby Skullface and Adam Russman. This podcast is intended for mature audiences only and may not fit with your sensitive sensibilities. You may be a victim of meaningless outrage, or you may, in fact, be a big ninny pants. If this is the case, please feel free to turn it off now. This is no country for Ninny McNinny pants. So crack open the Mountain Dew. Make sure the cheese doodles are super fresh. We're in your mother's basement. It's Nerd Rage Radio.
And welcome to episode 156 of Nerd Rage Radio, coming at you with a hot cup of coffee. I prefer mine black. Robert, they're like little cream and sugar.
I like the butter pecan Ricans. You know what I mean?
Are you butter pecan Rican today?
No.
Okay.
I'm just saying in terms of.
Gotcha. I'm tracking.
Yeah.
Ice cream man is coming.
Yeah. I've had a busy week.
What makes two of us? One for each of us.
It's been good though. I mean, like it's been good, but it's just been hectic. I do have a couple stories. I need to grab my phone to get some of the stories as a reminder. But I watched another episode of Ozark.
Yeah.
Look, it's good.
Yeah.
I just don't care.
You can't get into it?
I just can't. Like, I'm even kind of into it.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't care. Like, at the end of the second episode, my wife's super into it. She was like, let's go for a third. I was like, let's go ahead. I have every intention of going straight to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, let's do it. Yeah, do it. So she was like, you fell asleep like right away. And I was like, yeah, I wasn't going to watch that. And she was like, why? And I was like, I'm just not into it. Like, I can't say one thing bad about it. Like, It's good. The acting's good. It's shot well. The story's cool. I just don't give a shit. So
I want you to take this personality test. Like it's the one with agreeableness, or neuroticism, like the 5 big personality trait thing. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna spend money on it just to see.
You had to spend money on it?
Yeah.
No, it's
$7.
I wonder if we can find a KO.
Oh God. But continue.
Yeah. So I did that. I watched Darkest Hour. Fucking spectacular.
Which one is that?
The one Gary Oldman won the Oscar for, of his portrayal of Winston Churchill.
Oh yeah.
Fucking spectacular.
Yeah.
Like the Dunkirk story is kind of going on in the background. It's a much more engaging story.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's not shot as well.
Yeah.
And it's not as cool.
Okay.
But the story is better.
Gotcha. Gotcha. Don't care.
Yeah, it's.
I mean, like, I would like to see like some good clips of him acting. Maybe I'll get engaged. But like Dunkirk, don't care. And I know it's awesome, and everybody says like it's fucking awesome.
I didn't say.
I
it's
just
awesome.
can't give a fuck.
I didn't say it was awesome.
Really, I thought you liked it.
No, I said it's fine. But I said it's like the first 5 minutes of Private Ryan for 2 hours.
Oh, okay.
And
You're
just
correct.
after a while, you just get numb to it.
Yeah.
What else? I feel like I watched something else, but now I can't recall. I watched all the bonus scenes to Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Okay.
Like all the deleted scenes.
Way to power through.
All the deleted scenes and the making ofs and all that kind of
Okay.
stuff.
Okay.
And a gag reel.
Yeah,
Just
of course.
bunch of guys having a good time.
That's right.
Just
Telling pedophile
you
jokes.
can tell they really like each other, like that's the charm of God, I hate that shit. Some gag reels are great, like like the Step Brothers gag reel and shit like that.
Yeah,
like,
it's because
that's
they ad lib a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
The Avengers one was garbage.
Yeah, it's all
That's
stupid.
dumb.
All the other was like forcing it in. And then I started listening to the commentary of it. I'd never listened to it. And I wanted to listen to it juxtaposed with him now being fired. You know what I mean? Like I just wanted to, but I'm only halfway through it. I fell asleep. I've been working on this Optimus Prime drawing that I'm like super proud of.
It was good.
Yeah.
It's good. I got to be honest. When you first sent it to me, like the tractor trailer part, it looked a little simple, and I'm like, is he doing special textures and what's? And then when you did the
full
inks.
blanks, full
Yeah,
blanks
yeah,
and
yeah,
the colors.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a plan. I had a plan for this one. Like,
right.
And it's funny because I did this.
Hey, listen, don't get sensitive because I was being critical.
No.
Right?
I welcome it really.
Okay. I'll dial it up a notch. I always give you a 4, but sometimes you need a 6 or 7.
It doesn't bother me. Like with that stuff particularly, it's rare that I come across a criticism that I haven't thought about 1,000 times and privately hate myself for.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. God, you're so unworthy.
Yeah.
Garbage. You're not an artist.
Oh.
You're barely an illustrator.
Dude. Yeah. So what else? I'm working on that. I'm working on this indoor diorama.
Oh,
Dude,
is that the one with the little small
a couple
box
levels? Yeah. I'm starting to get really good at these backgrounds. Like I was just fucking around with this indoor one, and it like started taking shape. And now I'm just gonna finish it because it's so close to being done. And I think it'll work fine.
Yeah.
But in the back of my mind, I'm like,
you should have gone a different way.
I might be able to knock this out of the park. Like,
do it, man. Take that time.
I think I'm gonna have to do another forest one. So I'm about the evolution, like watching the evolution stuff.
Okay, that's fair. Because I do feel like with my model painting, like I painted some shit here recently. That I'm like, okay, I did a really good job on this, on some terrain type shit. And like I went the extra mile with some hazard stripings over some pipe, so to speak, and some like weathering powder and just like little doodads and like cords with black and yellow stripes and shit like that. And but I got to play around with some extra techniques I don't usually do because I'm usually just like get it done. And every once in a while you need to stop and like put that effort back into it, even though it's dumb detail that nobody else will appreciate or notice.
Well, so like I had whenever I do one of these like scenic backgrounds, I kind of have this idea in mind of how to do it. Like I lay it out in my head, like, look, do it all this, then do all this, then do all this, and then it should start taking shape.
Yeah.
The way I had it in my head and the way it comes out, I just reversed 2 steps. And I think had I done it the other way, it would have been far better.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like,
just redo that shit.
No.
I'm just fucking.
Yeah, it's because it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I just, in my head, I'm like, oh, I think I could really fucking paint. Like, I could paint a forest and probably sell it. It's like,
really?
Yeah.
Some Bob Ross shit.
Yeah, just because I understand now what I did wrong. You know?
Yeah. Happy little trees.
Yeah.
With angry little bears.
Angry little bears. Angry. Yep. What else?
Dude, this coffee's making me sweat.
Really?
Yeah, man. Something's going wrong with me recently, dude. I don't know if I'm not sleeping enough, but I don't know. I think I'm working too much. Like, I get home and working. But continue the story.
So we went to NJCC. Laura and the kids.
How was that?
It was good.
It was fine.
It was fine. It was fine. But we
did they put you in the corner? They put baby in the corner this year?
No, we got out of the janitor closet. I made jokes about it all show long.
Nice.
Hung and I just all fucking show.
You guys were still sharing a table?
We share like an L, so he gets one side of the L and I get the other side of the L. It's like 2 tables. But like,
there's a joke there, but I'll let it go.
Yeah. We do share the same side of an L sometimes. The loss, but he was on our way up there. We went past this like billboard that said, read the Bible or whatever. Like I had, whatever.
Yeah.
And Jane is in the back, and she goes, "Read the Bible. You don't get to tell me what to do."
Oh my.
But the show was pretty good. I actually financially I did better than I've ever done. Like by leaps and bounds. Like when we broke down the money, because we had like 3 piles of money, so to speak. One was from Joe's Toys, which ended up basically paying for our hotel room. So Joe treated me to a weekend vacation with my family. So that was nice of you, Joe. I'll take you out to dinner or something.
Just trick him into paying. He's got plenty of money.
That's true. One was the DMH pile, which kind of just goes back into the pot, and especially buying stuff to re-up for Baltimore and Chicago.
You guys got a pretty good lot of inventory, it looks like, up there.
Yeah, it's taking shape. We're going to re-up on posters, and we're getting prints. That's the next 2 things. Then I had the toy money for my own toy purchases.
Gotcha.
So
did you sell some of your?
Yes. So I sold stuff. I made money. I paid Joe back the $200 I owed him.
Okay. And
then I put some extra money in my pocket, and I sold enough.
What did you sell?
I sold Make Toys Utopia.
Okay.
I sold. I can't remember everything, but I sold a number of things, but like I undersold everything, and like I think I do have it is funny, like you reach this threshold of
not giving a fuck.
Well, no, the opposite of like I don't want this thing in my collection.
Yeah.
But is it worth more than X dollars just to keep it, just to see it every once in a while?
Okay.
So it's something I'm wrestling with.
Do you regret it?
Slightly.
Which one do you regret?
The Utopia.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Sold War Dog. that was kind of a funny story. So
What's
like
War Dog?
the Warpath, the Badcube Warpath, because Fans Toys is coming. So,
I gotcha.
or in theory,
Okay.
But and you know what? If it doesn't, that Warpath, it just doesn't fit my collection.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Just go without.
Yeah. But like, Hung is still selling them, like in box because
brand new.
Badcube was one of the companies he was dealing with. So like people were coming up to my table and they were like, "How much is the Warpath?" And I looked at it and I was like, and then I looked over at Hung's and his was 50. And I was like, 45.
Oh, you sell it?
Yeah.
Nice.
Let's see.
I'd have been like, okay. Oh, no, 40.
Yeah. Got to hang out with the rock guys. They're all great guys. I have a blast.
All
with
2,000 of them.
Yeah, all 2,000 of them.
Did Pinkerton go up there?
Yeah. Him and
Okay.
Kelly took like 2 cars, and they had a ton of fucking.
How'd he do? I saw his display.
We haven't really talked about it since.
You're not talking anymore.
We're not talking anymore.
I saw the display of the Java that you guys worked on together, like on Facebook. So hopefully that got big hits.
Yep, I got to meet that dude. The dude,
Okay.
Vinny, cool dude.
Yeah.
Apparently, Dust went live in the Realm of Collectors Facebook group like on Saturday night.
Okay.
And like Robert, got in there and started doing Robert shit. I don't know, can you fit this restaurant in the DTOF? And just Robert shit.
Yeah.
And like Dust kind of flipped out on him a little bit from what I hear.
Like, what do you do?
Like fuck you, Robert. Fuck your family. Fuck crazy.
Jesus
shit. Yeah.
Christ! It was only a matter of time.
Right. So anyway, I think the dude Vinny, I think he just doesn't know who Robert is. He's like, who the fuck is this guy? And so Robert's like, he doesn't know me. Like, he doesn't know who I am.
Just pay him your $200, Robert, then he'll know you pretty well.
Yeah. So we're getting ready to go away, Robert and I, so to speak. Dude, that's gonna be. I'm gonna film and record so much shit.
Good luck.
I might do a mini documentary on that. You know what I mean?
No. Go all the way. You can borrow my other camera. You can have fucking 4
Okay.
HD cameras running.
Full feature film.
Full feature film. Dude, I would pay money for that. If I had a couple $1,000s, I would produce that right now. I'm not bullshitting you.
Let me get. Go ahead, keep talking.
Well, now I'm sitting here by myself and talking to myself. So the bullshit that happened today is Crazy Toys is no longer in the case. I don't know how I feel about that, bro.
That is true.
I think that one of these spaces needs to be a sacrificial lamb to Crazy Toys.
Never. I told you that day was coming.
Man, I think you're wrong.
It'll always be here. I'll never get rid of it.
I think you're wrong. I think you're in the wrong.
You told me that you were getting a shelf for it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did. It's
Did
on.
I?
That's on tape.
Is it?
Yeah.
Was I drunk that day?
No.
I don't know.
No.
I say a lot of things on this podcast. It doesn't mean they're true.
Well, I took it as such.
Well, that sounds like your fault. It's not your problem, not
It
mine.
doesn't sound like a problem to me.
No, I said you need to get a shelf. I don't go back to that tape. Go ahead and find it for me.
So,
Tell you what, you find it for me, I'll buy the shelf.
Okay. Oh, so here's something else. Jana said. It was funny as shit. Like, we had music going, and we're in a chill mood, and she came up and she was like, "Do I have to clean this such and such?" And I was bobbing my head to the music, and I just looked at her, and also giving her a nod, yes, didn't break the bobbing stride of the music, and she was like, "Don't bob your head and say yes at the same time. It's obnoxious."
Jesus Christ, man. You are molding a little potenter version of you.
Yeah.
Because imagine how you would have been if your dad wasn't as strict as he was.
Mm.
So definitely, crafting an entertainer for sure.
She's funny. Let me think what else happened at NJCC, if anything. Met some cool people, some people that traveled to meet me and shit. So that was cool. Shake hands. This one dude, man. You have to forgive me. I forgot his name, but he came. He came from upstate New York. I thought he came to the show from upstate New York. I was like, dude, relax. Don't do that. Turns out there was a wedding not too far away that he was going to attend anyway.
Okay.
So 2 birds, 1 stone. Fine.
Gotcha.
And this dude was huge.
Okay.
I mean,
the mountain?
He was probably Chris's height and built like a fucking truck. Not jacked, just like
okay. Pinkerton. First I was like, old dumbass Chris?
No.
Okay. Not impressed.
But hay barrel build,
Yeah.
You know?
Hands
And,
mid
dude, his hands were the size of this table. like my hand.
Dude, were you like, dude, how big is your hog?
Let me tell you, my hand folded into his like I would imagine Chewbacca had Han fold into his lap. like it was insane. It was so insane that I started feeling away with him staying around so long. I was like looking at my wife like, don't be looking at his hands. Don't do that. Don't do that. Not in front of company. No, but I mean, like, it was just like, I don't know if I've ever seen a human that size, like, in person.
Gotcha.
But he was cool as shit,
you
know. And but as soon as he was like, "Are you Bobby?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Oh man," he's like, "I love your blog." And I wasn't gonna correct him, but it was fine.
Yeah.
So like, I gave him a 5, and as soon as I gave him the 5, I was like, "I'm way out of my league here. If something were to go left." And I said it. I was like, "Your hand's big as fuck." Like that's like one of the first things I said to him.
I'm never gonna wash it again.
I mean, it was like it was like I felt like a child. Yes. But he was cool. A couple other guys came down, were cool. It's always a treat to see JD. Look, JD, I don't know if you even listen to this show, dude, but marry that girl. Marry that girl. God damn it. Marry her. Such a good chick. Like, and loves that dude to death. But she came around and was like, "Hey, I'm taking a Chick-fil-A order for everybody."
Yeah.
And like had this like running notepad of like 30 people and like all their orders. And we my wife and them went because she just needed to get the kids out of the convention for a little bit. But it was like, they came back, the order was fucked up apparently. She rounded the shit up, went right back, went and got it sorted out, came back. Like she's nice. Down, you know?
I'd have been like, eat the extra pickles. Stop being a bitch.
Just set it to the side. Set it to the side.
It tastes like pickles now. I can smell pickles. Eat the extra pickles. So obnoxious,
dude. You know, like they use pickle juice, like an element of it in their chicken. Like that's like
yeah.
So like, Laura,
I think it was an older recipe though.
Laura,
I had that chicken, the pickle chicken.
Trash.
I liked it. I didn't mind it.
It was too pickly.
It was too pickly. But I love a pickle, so to speak.
She made this. She was like, because she had like a good run.
Now I want some pickles.
She had this. She found this like copycat recipe for Bang Bang shrimp. Made it. It's fucking delicious. It's not Bang Bang shrimp, but it's fucking delicious. You know what I'm saying? She had one for Outback Ranch.
Yeah,
that shit. I think I could fool you.
Okay.
And then she tried this one. Like she's like, 2 up, 2 down, and like tried this one. I was like, no, this ain't the one. Like, she never did it again since. I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
She just quit cooking after that point.
Yeah, I got 3 Hot Toys. I got banged out for 3 Hot Toys in one day.
Oof.
Yeah, so I ordered the Ray, and I was like, cool, I'll just get the Ray. And then 2 things I was on the waiting list for, this Arkham Joker and this Star-Lord, popped up off the waiting list on the same day that the fucking Ray order got processed. So I got hit for all 3. So I worked 36 hours of overtime to knock that out.
Like in a row?
No. Split
Okay.
up.
All right. Yeah, the Joker I thought was a statue.
Yeah.
It looks good. That's real good. But I guess when you have that, like, they're going for that video game-esque look, it's easier to pull off.
It's easier to get it right. Yeah.
The Ray looks good, too. That ankle, you're going to have to read, but that ankle tilt.
Yeah, it's one of the problems
It's
with Hot Toys, man.
It's fucking with me. I mean, it might not be that big of a problem, per se. I've been thinking about Ray here recently.
Yeah?
That if she just has a new kind of force power, like that whole copycat power thing,
how you would feel about it?
Yeah, I kind of like it. Like,
I never thought about that until you just said it, but I think I might be on board for that.
Like that's
too.
her only power is the
Yeah.
copycat people.
Yeah,
You know,
that would be kind of cool.
yeah, whoever she's linked up with, she's just like, and maybe it's even a proximity thing.
Which is how she could go toe to toe with Luke in combat, and that shit would be cool.
Yeah,
I'd be on board for that.
yeah, I'm down for it.
Almost like a leech,
Yeah.
of sorts.
Yeah,
I dig it. I do have something I want to bring up later, but it's based around a note in the show, so I'm not going to bring it up now. I went to Buffalo Wild Wings and got my wrap. I almost ordered the wrong wrap.
Ooh.
Remembered at the last minute. I was like, no, it's this one.
Ooh, thank God.
So that was nice. And
fucking onions all over that other one.
yeah. Oh, I did have this terrible thing happen, dude. So I actually sold 2 blankets at the show. I've never sold a blanket at the show before.
I sold a lot. I sold a lot.
Yeah. So you're second best in that department.
Who's the best?
My wife. My wife sold 38 blankets last year.
Yeah, but we didn't have 38 blankets.
Yeah, but
I sold 4 blankets to one dude.
well, we sold 4 blankets to one dude. I want them. I'll take them. Which one?
All
of them.
I was there, man. It's right next to me. Continue.
Anyway, where was I going? So yeah, so
something terrible.
These guys wanted blankets. So Selena had been a little trying.
She shit all over the blankets.
Selena, Jesus, 5-year-old shit needs to relax. But like, we're all exhausted. This is the second day. Like nobody slept.
Yeah,
you know, like it's a fucking. We're all on E.
Yeah,
and like Selena's been pushing the limits all day.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just at my breaking point. She's snatching this shit from Leia. Leia is well past E. She's broken down on the side of the road, and somebody is left to go get her more gas.
Gotcha.
She keeps snatching this shit from Leia, and then Leia starts screaming, and then Selena will laugh for like, after it's like Leia screaming for like 20 seconds, and then gives it back, and then he'll snatch it again, like just to be mean.
Yeah.
And I'm like, Selena, knock it off. And I'm trying to talk to these guys about buying the blanket, right? So I'm like, yeah, and they're machine washable, and knock it off. Selena. And like, this is the thing, like, we have them in woven, and we have them in this, and I can get one ordered for you if this is what you, Selena, you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
And like, finally they were like, yeah, I'll take this one. The other guy was like, I'll take that. I was like, okay, cool. And they did it again, and Selena did it again, and I took 2 fingers and poked the fuck out of her shoulder, like, hey, you know, and like she was, you know, because I never, and she was scared to death, and then like I felt bad because like people were watching, and like it's not like I hit her or anything, but it was aggressive, you know. And people are watching, like it seemed like the whole room got quiet for a second. You know what I mean? Like, and like Laura's like Bobby, and I'm like, what? And she's like, you know, like too much or some shit. And I'm like, and I just stopped talking to her because I'm gonna get back to her in a minute.
Yeah.
And I was like, this has been a routine. This isn't just an issue there. This is an issue at home. Like she takes Leia's shit and just to fuck with her. So anyway, bagged up their shit, bought it, and like the whole time I'm just, oh my god, they probably think I'm just like the most abusive, fucking terrible father in the world. And then I said to Laura, I was like, don't ever fucking do that again. Yeah, like I would never do that to you.
Yeah,
like I would, you know, like don't ever do that.
Yeah,
and she was on board. She's like, you're right. I was not.
I was out of line.
Yeah, I was out of line.
Dude, God bless y'all for taking them. I would not have done that shit.
Yeah, because I fuck with being around. Like I like being around. Like we're all together. Like I had a gregreat time.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's just like obviously the second day is more trying than the first.
Yeah,
but like I'm up for it. Like I'm with the shits.
I hear you. I just like the return on investment is not worth the how it could go, how far it can go south for me personally.
I hear you. I don't think Laura is going.
And mine are closer in age than yours dramatically, and so. Like, imagine having, like, 3 Selenas all at the same time. You know what I mean? Like, now it's better. We've gotten past that point. But it's like, oh, God. I'm like, I don't think they've ever been. That's not true. We took them to one thing that we did that was close. It was like in Hagerstown when we did a show up there. Mm-hmm. And it didn't last long. But, see, it wasn't like something that was going to entertain them.
Jaina was trying to sell shit from my table. You know?
Yeah.
Because I was like, look. She was like, can I get money for stuff here? And I was like, you sell some shit?
Okay.
You know, and I just kind of said it like in a flippant manner, like, you know, so like she like went around, like she was like, I want to look around the show. And I thought she's like looking for toys or whatever for herself. She's looking around the show and she's like, I see you have lots of Transformers. My daddy does Transformer art. You should probably stop by his table and see, like, you know, all this shit. And like people are coming by and she's just like, those are $10. Which one would you like? And I'm like, Jaina, it's too much. Like, you gotta back.
Did it work?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, it was, you know, it's off-putting. It's it's too forward.
You can't go with the hard sale.
I was fucking with Hunk because I finally realized, I'm not sure why, I'm a little disappointed in myself that it took so long to get here. But you know, one of Hunk's go-to jokes is, what reviewers do you watch? Nobody mentions me. And then if they do, he'll say that I'm trash, right? Like that's like an ongoing
yeah.
So like I never anyway, he was like hey, you watch any reviews to somebody? And they were like, yeah, sometimes. And he was like, who do you watch? And he's like, well, a bunch of different ones. And he's like, you watch P.O.? And they're like, yeah. And he's like, yeah, P.O.'s good. He's like really popular too. And like his videos get like a lot of views. And the guy's like, Yeah. I love FBI. I was like, the only one I don't really watch is Bobby Skullface, and I must not be alone because his videos don't get very many views. And and I was like, so I interjected. I was like, hey man, where do you usually buy your toys from? The guy was like, Big Bad Toy Store, TF Source, and I was like, oh yeah, really big notable ones. You ever heard of one called 215? And he was like, no, and I was like, me neither. As it turns out, it's actually 215, but nobody fucking knew it. So somebody started calling it 215, and it just stuck. And
That's you?
Yeah. But it was good. I love that dude. We get along famously. And we're just ball breaking the whole time. It's really good stuff. He kept, he's got two boys.
Okay.
So he kept fucking with, he loves Selena. Like everybody loves Selena.
Of course.
She's just that.
She's the cat.
She's that one.
Mm-hmm.
And so just Selena would go up to him like, Mr. Hung, with her big old eyes on it, and I'd be like, Selena, you can't have any more cookies. And then Hung gives her a bunch of more cookies.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just told her she couldn't have any. And he's like, yeah, but she's a princess. What am I gonna do? Look at her. She wants some cookies. I'm giving her some fucking cookies. And but it was good times.
That's awesome, man.
It's just, it's cool just to go up and see people and hang out. It's nice to make some money. I have a few regrets about the money I made.
Like, what do you mean?
And like I told you,
selling.
Yeah.
Things.
But I also got to try out some new prints and some new merch and see what moves. So it's kind of like a little beta project of mine. In New Jersey.
So what was hot?
Sold a lot of coasters.
Oh yeah, I
Sold
can see that.
A lot of coasters.
Yeah, because you know why? It's easy to put in your bag.
Yeah,
it's easy to buy a little something and put it away.
And we had a bunch of different options this year. Like this one, one of
last year you just had the truth ones, right?
No, we had truth ones. We had
Transformers
like Optimus, Megatron, Soundwave Blaster, Dinobots. We had a bunch of different, but this time we started splitting it up, and we had one that's all just 80s themes. We had the He-Man, the Optimus.
That's cool.
You know what I mean? The Turtles.
So you mix them in different packs.
Yeah,
that's a good idea.
Yeah, we started mixing them up, and our new kind of approach, and I probably shouldn't even be talking about this, is more of everything.
Mm-hmm.
But less of it all. So, You know what I mean? We might have, before we probably would do blankets of 10 different prints.
Yeah.
Now we might be doing blankets of 30 different prints, but we're only doing 2 blankets of each.
Okay.
So it's it has a little bit of scarcity to it.
Yeah.
It's not guaranteed it's going to be sticking around.
That's not a bad idea.
Yeah. It seems to be working well.
Gotcha. You heard it here first, folks.
Yeah. And then we got to talk about doing something this Friday, maybe. And then also, what the fuck else? Something else I want to talk to you about. If I remember, I'll say it.
Yeah. I do have to pick up some stuff on Friday because the new Space Wolf stuff for 8th edition 40K is coming out, even though I don't fucking care. Your battery dead already?
No, I'm going to plug it in for the notes.
Oh, okay. You can bring it up here and plug it in.
Well, sometimes it gives a little feedback, though.
Oh. Bobby just still plug his phone on the computer. So crazy.
What's that?
It's almost like it's like a bad luck thing for you to plug your phone into a computer.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so this week let me go back to last week. So my wife took the kids down Thursday to meet her parents halfway in North Carolina. The kids are staying down there, and then she went Monday. Mm-hmm. So we had the whole weekend that we were planning on actually going to. Dad's got a place out in West Virginia we're going to go to. So Thursday I'm coming. I took off Friday. Mm-hmm. So Thursday I'm coming home, and I'm like, she's not going to want to go to West Virginia. She's been in the car 7 hours already.
Right.
And then we're going to jump in the car and go another 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
not
sounds
like
happen. Murder.
Not going to happen.
Right.
So I get home, I walk in, I can just tell on her face that she's a wary traveler, And I'm like, you don't want to go, do you?
Tattered and worn.
Yeah, you don't want to go, do you? She's like, not really. I was like, I knew it. She's like, no, well, we could go. I was like, no. I'm not going to be the bad guy dragging your ass out in the middle of nowhere when you're fucking tired. So instead, we just decided to do a little staycation, and we cleaned and did some shit to the house that the feeling by the end of the weekend is we finally moved into this house. And I think we're staying. We're staying. We're not going to sell it anytime soon, at least. But we rearranged. I'm going to show you some photographs. So we rearranged some of the artwork. I fucking Matt cut and framed probably about 10 different things.
I also submitted my collection to Play With This, toys we grew up with, or the toys that made us.
Oh, really? For them to come and check it out?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So I did just for you. Every time you walk into my house, you'll see that on your wall.
Old Ben's collectibles.
Did you get any response on that on the video?
I did. I haven't gone through the comments on them,
Yeah.
but like I did see a couple like that I got email notifications for.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, dude, the Ben's collectibles art is so funny because it looks like him. Do you know what I mean?
Really? Yeah.
Like, it looks like a spelty version of him,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it looks
yeah.
like him.
So like basically for those you can't see, there's these old like industrial like wooden planks that are like, I don't know, 15 by 15 inch squares, and then so they're like checkerboarded.
It's wood of an old
ship. Yeah, they're checkerboarded with these illustrated prints that this local artist does, and they're all kind of sea themed,
Sure.
like mermaids and shit like that. But there's
Merman
pop.
dad.
So we finished that room. I did some other stuff, and then I did this award. Had it matted, cut that mat and everything. It's kind of a big deal, and put up some more stuff like that. So like that's the office now, one
Cool.
wall, and this like
And that was some of that stuff was in the basement, right?
yeah. Well, some of that stuff I've had in like folders and like I found like this big stack of things, and I'm like, oh,
It's cool that you got it out of the basement because it didn't really fit.
yeah. Well, it did when it was my office, like years ago.
Oh, okay.
You know, like when I first moved in.
Uh-huh.
But it like I found like these stacks, and like some of them are actually kind of important, and like just sit in a stack of papers. I'm like, oh,
Stack of pampas.
I feel kind of bad about that. So I framed all that shit. That took a while, and I'm still putting this shit up. Like my neck, so to speak. Stop there. So we have this like marble countertop, like island. So
It's made of Captain America.
It's made of Captain America. Yeah,
Iron Man.
That's right.
It's a Marvel counter.
there it is. And I use like my drywall T square, and like I clamp it down so I have a cutting edge to do the mount work.
Mhm.
Get that shit licked. It's fucking awesome. And I really enjoyed it. I was like doing that shit for like 6 hours.
Mhm.
But dude, my fucking neck and my legs are fucking incredibly sore. I'm like hunched over, like squatting down. Like you got to put a good amount of pressure on the thing, and then you got to the like even pressure on the cutting tool, and like got to get really slow and deliberate.
Yeah.
Like it's a fucking workout. I was like fucking sweating it sometimes, trying not to drip on the work.
Well, better your neck and legs than neck and knees. Am I right?
That's right. So we did that. We totally redid all the girls' rooms. I painted some like little decorations and shit. For like I bought them like name like those IKEA letter names that you never put up on the walls. You're like, yeah, we're gonna do this like 3 or 4.
It goes right
years.
over top of the Live, Laugh, Love plaque.
Yep. That's the one. So all their rooms are like they're gonna come to rooms being all redone, beds redone, everything. And then I cleaned out the fucking garage and went through a fucking ton of shit that I need to get rid of. So it's good. And then we're getting the deck refinished starting today.
That's cool.
So I'm as soon as everything's done, man, I have a little deck party, bro, before the weather gets.
Dude,
I
I'm
love
all about a deck party.
Dude, the deck party's gonna be. Dude, I got a couple ideas because of surprises.
All right,
The
I'm
deck
with it.
party.
I'm with the shits.
So
Just before you pick a date, sort my schedule out.
yeah, we'll work it out. If you're invited.
That's fair. That's fair.
So
All the Beer and Boulders people, like a select few, have to leave at 2, and my invite is to show up at 2.
So no, it's probably gonna be grown-ups, and not just nothing against Beer and Bowl. There's be some of the guys, but like I'm not inviting everybody. You know what I mean? So that's how it is. Only people who listen to this podcast.
They're good ones.
Yeah. So that was been pretty good, but I did finish watching Voltron season 7, which was good, but at the same time, I've noticed like I've kind of been losing interest. Like it's because it's a new story arc. You know, it's trying to get into that fucking
Vehicle.
Yeah, the space garrison type thing, and they do an interesting twist. There's not a new Voltron. I don't want to spoil it for those who haven't seen it, but it was so outside of left field. I was like, I made like that sound, like something ridiculously funny happens, but it's so shocking that you can't even laugh properly. You're just like, you know what I'm talking about though? You just like bark at it. You know what I mean? Like it's like a laugh gasp. You know what I mean? And it was like, Joe's gonna fucking love it.
Okay.
I mean, he's gonna love it. He's gonna have a super robot boner.
Turns out the lions are Asian.
That's right. They are Asian. Very Asian. But Joe wouldn't know that they were Asian unless he thought they were cast by white people or something. Like Jubilee. That part was funny last week. And then I finished watching this Netflix show called The Hollow. But it's kind of a one and done. It's not going to be a series, but it was fine. It was the kids liked it. It was one of those rare shows that I can sit there and watch with the kids that they're entertained. It's appropriate for them, and it keeps me entertained. So it was cool. It was fine. So, and I want to say there's something else. Alex moved in, or my roommate. It's going pretty well. We started playing a game of 40K, didn't finish it. The whole gag was him and Chris lived together for a year and never played. They had a table full of train, never played a game. So we played half a game. So that's
already a leg up,
100% more than Chris did. And I got some new toys coming in. Rearranged all my comic books and stuff like that. Oh, rearranged the basement. So that's all. That's all changed as well.
Cool.
So I'm excited, man. Oh, hold on. I gotta pause this and tell you this idea. All right. So that's a little secret. You guys have to find out a little bit later.
Yeah, it's coming. Content.
So, watched Infinity War.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So, and Pam watched it for the first time.
How'd
so
she
was like, I gotta tell you the truth. It's not a good date movie. You know, like after watching Spider-Man fall apart, literally, not much booty going on after that.
You know what's funny is like a lot of people point to that scene as like the most like heartfelt, like
he did a good job.
But you know what? It's that Gamora scene for me. Like
the Gamora's,
that's the one that gets me.
The Gamora one's good as well, but I think it's fucking Spider-Man, dude. You know what I mean?
No, I get it. I get it. I think I think that it's because it's Spider-Man that it doesn't resonate with me.
Yeah,
because I'm like, this isn't real.
Yeah. You know it's gonna be bullshit.
Yeah.
They oversold it.
I think the Gamora thing, like, it could be. You know, like. Probably won't be, but it could be.
Yeah,
you know, I think that's, and then it's that look, that look he gives her.
Feel,
that look that Thanos gives her when it's like, you don't love anything, and he looks down at her like, like
he's not crying for himself.
Yeah, like that shit is good.
Yeah,
that shit hits me in the feels. But the rest,
she tries to kill herself too, and then he turns the knife in the bubbles.
Yeah.
It's good. That, like, I forgot how well that movie is. It's a difficult pacing in how well it's done. You know what I mean? And dude, like they do a good job of. They kind of, Thor gets the shit kicked out of him after just fucking up what's her face.
Yeah,
and like the first scene, like the first thing you see Thor is he knocked the shit out of. They did a good job building Thor back up to be,
I will say that, like, in regard to the pacing, and I agree with you, I think it's paced incredibly well.
Yeah.
And just goes. The only part on repeat watchings that drags a bit to me is him getting the Stormbringer.
Yeah, but it's like right at the end too.
Right.
There's a bunch of battles going on.
I think that might make it worse. Just
yeah.
I'm like, get back to the battle.
Noble rabbit. I'm a noble rabbit. So this is my friend Tree. But he speaks Groot.
Yeah.
I wonder if his name is Tree, like in the Groot language. That would be funny.
Yeah.
It was an elective. You speak Groot? It was an elective. That's just kind of fun. Like, there's little jokes in there that I'm like, all right, I'm good. I'm good with this. But it is kind of tight how badass Stormbreaker is, because I forgot that Thanos was like firing full power of the gauntlet, and Stormbreaker just cut right through that shit and hit him in the chest.
Yeah.
So I think it's cool. It's a necessary dynamic for that universe's rules, because you need to believe that even though these things are very powerful, they're not all powerful. Like the time gem, in the Doctor Strange movie, like people were able to break the spell of the time gem. So that was cool, and to know that there is some limit to that, because if it wasn't some of a challenge for Thanos, it just would be stupid. And there's an interesting part where she's like, "What did you cost you?" And he's like, "Everything." And I was thinking about that, like his empire is gone. Like all of his servants are dead. His daughter's dead. His other daughter's out trying to kill him. What does he have anymore? Like he really did sacrifice everything.
Yeah.
To do what he needed to do.
James Gunn was talking about it. Just made me think when you were talking about the Kurt Russell de-aging.
Yeah.
So all those shots are shot with Kurt Russell.
Yeah. Like
and then they're
the dot face or whatever.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Yeah.
And then they're shot with just some other guy.
Oh, really?
It's just a young guy. and they just put his skin on Kurt Russell's skin.
Really?
Yeah, like it's not Kurt Russell's skin. Like it's like this other dude's skin mapped on and manipulated to fit his head.
That's crazy. I guess that makes sense for the texture, maybe. Let's see how the light plays on the
yeah,
texture.
the light and everything. Like,
is that how they did it in Star Wars? I guess not.
I don't know.
Because those are all digital characters.
No, they're not. Which digital characters are you talking about?
Like Tarkin.
Yeah, that's the real actor.
Oh, really?
Okay. So is Leia.
Okay. It's gonna be there soon, bro.
Yeah.
I'm not even mad at it.
Yeah, we've had this conversation numerous times here, but like I'm a right tool for the right job.
Yeah,
like if it makes sense, but I just don't want it used.
Like what's the difference between that and Gary Oldman in a fat suit? You know what I mean?
Because so here's the thing. Nothing.
Technique.
Nothing. And I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
What I'm not okay with is
the default mode.
Kurt Russell passes away, and then we're using digital.
I'm with you on that one. Okay. I'm with you on that one. So after I was done, we were kind of talking about the movie, and because Alex was there too, and I was like, it's gonna be interesting now thinking about, because like after, I think the first time we watched that movie, you're almost in a state of shell shock.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I remember just sitting in the car, and then they had that one Rock meme when the Rock's sitting in the car, like in Driver, is like 30 minutes after watching Infinity War. Like, that shit was true, man. We're just sitting there like, holy fuck.
I think that's how the best movies are. I mean,
I agree. But I started thinking of the ramifications if they start doing the whole time gym thing. And you know what I want? I want the time travel thing to be their consciousnesses. This is.
I think it's just going to be Ant-Man.
No, it's definitely going to be Tony, because Tony's dressed up like a SHIELD agent at one point. So Tony's definitely going back in time.
But how do you know it's not modern day Tony?
No, it is modern day Tony. That goes back in time to Avengers.
How do you know it's not past Tony?
I don't. You don't know.
That's what I'm
but
saying.
I think he still has the nano thing on his chest.
But it could be then. So do you know?
Like there's shots of Tony when he's talking to Cap and the old thing with the nano thing on his chest.
Right, but it still could be that day's Tony.
They got nano things on his chest now.
Yeah, because you're going back in time. It could be a whole different timeline. Like if there's not a picture of two Tonys together.
I think there might be a picture.
Then that's different.
I don't know. But like even Banner looks different. They're gonna do, like, they've already rumored about the Professor Hulk type thing, which I'm down. Like, give me some.
I'm good with
You know what? They've done nothing but good for me with the Hulk. I like the fact that the Hulk wasn't in the movie but the first scene.
Yeah, I'm good.
I felt like we got tons of Hulk.
Yeah,
and I like the fact that Banner had to step up and do his shit. So,
and I like in the first scene of the movie, they let you know that the Hulk is worthless. Yeah,
for this fight.
So there's no point in having him there.
I agree. And they did come back and say that he did not use the power gem.
Right.
And I think that's fucking tight.
Yeah.
Because I think that the Hulk definitely has the potential to be stronger than Thanos, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that just naturally being a fucking, a trained fighter who's lived thousands of years and has been used to fighting creatures, the size and the strength of Hulk is fucking badass.
Mm-hmm.
Like he starts to hit like fucking pressure points with the Hulk and just that fucking his skill set. It's got Hulk's got no match.
Yeah.
So anyway, I enjoyed it thoroughly. That's pretty much it. I got my the one thing is my hobby area right now is fucking exploded, moving shit around, and all of Alex's shit is in there. We got like a little dual system. So the good news with that is that Beer and Bolter's 40K will start up here pretty soon with that. So I'm going to start recording while we're sitting there fucking painting and have a 40K conversation, which is some stuff to talk about. Fucking GW released a Space Wolf Codex Friday. It comes out Friday. They had a fix that they printed a PDF for yesterday.
Wow.
It hasn't even hit the shelves yet. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Right.
Like they saw the mistake and addressed it before you got it. And a lot of nerds are upset. But at the same time, it's like, come on, guys, get this shit fixed.
Are upset?
I know, for everything.
Wow.
For everything.
Good thing I'm seated.
So I did have a long conversation with my mom yesterday.
Oh, yes.
So I think I talked about how my grandmother's funeral at Arlington was kind of messed up. Did I talk about that on the podcast?
Yes.
Yeah. So my aunt, who lives in Tennessee, is like the eldest, so she's in... You hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That's weird.
You want to stop it for a second?
Huh.
Go on now.
Yeah. Anyway, they're having trouble with her tombstone or whatever. So my mom called me to ask for information. There it is back.
Stop it and see if it's recording.
Yeah.
Delete that last one.
No, it's fine.
Okay.
It was a ghost. Anyway, so but it actually turned not into a bad conversation, but basically like, listen, we need to get the reset. Here's some tools. I gave her a couple books to read so we can engage in constructive conversation.
You gave her some books to read?
Yeah. Like, this is how I want to have a conversation with you. Follow these guidelines. So I'm talking like negotiation type stuff and crucial conversations. It's a book called Crucial Conversations, which is good because she has a bad habit of going like off on a tangent about some bullshit and like some shit that she's just telling a story about, and she can't get past that bullshit. This conversation never goes anywhere. So she needs to learn that this is a tendency that she has to do things.
Okay.
So we'll see what happens.
It was like a 2-hour conversation, right?
It was.
And that's all that came out of it?
No, there's more.
Just not podcast worthy?
Not podcast worthy.
Gotcha.
Not podcast worthy.
Gotcha.
There's just one bit. This is one bit. I don't want to share it. But I'll tell you offline.
Okay. I just asked you upstairs. I was like, what's up with that conversation? You're like, I'll say you're the
yeah, I know. The more that I think about it, maybe it's
okay, I got
inappropriate.
I got you.
So,
do you want to get into notes?
just do it.
All right. I have a couple. We have a fair amount to talk about. So the first one is what a stream wants, what a stream needs. So Netflix is talking about putting advertisements into their content
Advertisements
between episodes.
Yeah.
However,
I think they already do that for other episodes.
the advertisements are going to be for other Netflix programming.
Yeah.
So it's like you watch an episode of a show, the show ends, you see a trailer for another show available, and then episode 2 begins.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not.
People are mad.
Yeah.
People are
mad.
very mad.
Yeah.
But
I'm not.
I'm open to be exposed to other shit on like
I agree.
that I wouldn't normally watch the trailer for. So it's almost like forcing me to do what I want. Does that make sense?
Yeah. For you, I think you're the prime customer for that. I'm not mad at it either. It already happens. That's the thing. Like, it's been happening for a while.
I've never seen it happen.
Well, it usually happens once the show is done. Like, it's the last show.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
But it also happens now. Like if you sometimes if you click through it and you leave it there too long,
Yeah, then the ad will start playing.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
that's like, like, what is this about?
And I'm fine with it. But I
Right.
mean, I do wish there's a way you can opt out of it. But I think if you just hit the play to go to the next episode,
It'll skip it.
I think so. So I mean, it's not that egregious. It's what, motherfuckers are lazy. You know what I mean? Like they don't want to sit there and hit the play button.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me. People are very upset. I think because when the news broke, like all of the headlines broke the news as if it was going to be like YouTube, where you see like advertisements for Sideshow collectibles because you watched a Luke Cage show.
Yeah.
But that doesn't seem to be what it's going to be.
No, and the other thing too, I mean, about Netflix is awesome. I mean, you have that thing to skip the intro. You
Right.
know what I mean? I mean, they want you to have that 10-hour experience if you really want it. So I'm sure they'll have something in there.
Right. Other than that, we have gay apologies. And I don't mean that in terms of the apologies actually being of the homosexual variety. I mean apologies about homosexuality and how it was portrayed.
Oh, this is about Voltron, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
I think we talked about this offline, right?
We did. And there's a
Okay.
very long notice that the dude gave.
Yeah.
Joaquim Dos Santos is he handled that situation, I guess. And he just says that, his intentions were all good. And he said, with regards to season 7 itself, anyone for any reason took away from this season that our intention was to queer bait the VLD fandom, I'd like to personally apologize.
What is queer baiting?
I don't really know. Can you look that up on Urban Dictionary for me? I can only speak to our intent, and I can truly say we did not intend to bait anyone. We were incredibly excited and proud when the news broke at SDCC of Shiro being revealed as a gay man, et cetera, et cetera. The hope was that the type of life experience and perspective would hopefully help reinforce Shiro's position as team leader.
Okay. Queer baiting is a practice to hint at, but not actually depict a same-sex romantic relationship between characters in a work of fiction, mainly in film or television.
I got you.
Okay.
He said, we're proud to say that the archetype of battle-hardened soldier, which for decades had been occupied by a pretty stereotypical buffed-out heterosexual dude, was in our show occupied by a LGBTQ man. But apparently from the reactions...
You see, like, that's... All right.
So you had said that you definitely got the impression that he was gay.
Oh, absolutely.
But you also said that it was kind of wishy-washy how they did it. It
Yes,
wasn't.
yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah.
seems to be on
So
point.
here's the funny bit, like the LBGTQ. I think there's like LMNOP now. Like there's literally, like, oh dude, I get this funny thing, man. They want to rename genitalia
What do they want to name it?
the vagina because vagina is indicative to female genitalia and genitalia doesn't have sex. So when they call it the front hole,
Wait, the vagina's indicative of.
female genitalia, but they don't want gender associated with genitalia. So you can have a female penis.
I don't think that shit will catch on.
I don't think so either. I think it's ridiculous. Anyway, but like going back to it, it's like all that Shiro did, being like he's not a spokesman for like how do I put this? Like there's certain people whose struggle or whose battle has to, like Dr. Martin Luther King was a civil rights leader. Like that was his battle. That defined him.
Right.
Like that thing. Like if he was born into a different generation, right? He was the leader of a different movement. Let's say he was the leader of, soybeans are poisonous. Don't eat soybeans. Right? I'm not trying to trivialize what he did.
Sure.
Him being black in that scenario wouldn't have mattered as much as he was a black man fighting for civil rights.
Absolutely.
Right? So Shiro's not fighting for any gay rights, or him being gay isn't even really concretely established. It's done in a very soft way, but like his character doesn't have anything to do with being gay.
It was just to say that he's not straight, almost.
Yeah, and like in this world, the relationship that you saw that he had for 3 seconds was so short and not focused on, or just, it was like, well, I'm not going to be here. It almost was one
I
of
feel
those.
like you put a little sauce on that.
That's not my normal dramatic voice.
Okay.
Yeah. So it did seem so empty, and it seems like they're just doing it just to do it, just to check a box. And that's the shit that aggravates me. Just go ahead and put a fucking filter over his Facebook profile. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Like, I hate that shit. And and I don't know, man. That shit is just so. There's this video I saw yesterday on somebody's Facebook page, but it was just like how, like, I don't even want to get into the political things, but it's just like how fucking hipster, super ultra fucking hipster motherfuckers treat people. And it's just like, it was over the top. They're mocking them. But I'm like, oh man, that shit is so true. Like, just to do things just for it's just virtue signaling.
Would you say that Santos has been exposed?
Maybe.
It's going to be my new gag.
Maybe.
Exposed! We love to expose people. So-and-so has been exposed.
I don't know, man. And like, and to make an apology, just be like, dude, this is a part of Shiro. It'd have been better if you said, listen, this is a part of Shiro's life.
Yeah, it doesn't define who he is. It doesn't define. And I think that's actually more.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
It's more compelling for this saying, hey, listen, you know what? There are gay people, and that's okay.
And it's not a big deal.
It's not a big deal.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, and like, because you know what? For all of human history, all mammals, there's some homosexual mammals.
Right.
It's just part of what we are.
My dog was gay.
For sure.
Not me, but Boto.
For sure.
I'm pretty sure. Boto was, yeah. Because they tried to breed him. He like wouldn't have any of it. But they caught him with some, like, there's some stray males like running around. They like just running around town, getting down.
Well, I don't know about dogs.
And then you know what happened to Boto?
What's that?
He was exposed! It's a gay dog.
At least you know what happened to Boto. Oh man, but I don't know, man. And it is what it is. I mean, I still love Shiro's still an awesome character. My biggest gripe with the change of his character is that he was sick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he had like some kind of muscle issue that he had to have something on his arm. Which I can explain why he only has one arm. Stop it. But like he was like prematurely aging and shit. And I always liked he's got black hair, like tough of white hair, because like the stress or whatever. That was just a cool character design, aesthetically pleasing. So I don't know.
So yeah, I don't know. I did. I have a gay coworker that I get the opportunity. I don't always get the
Because
opportunity.
he speaks for all gay people.
Right. He's my gay spokesman.
Yeah.
But he's the one that I talked to about Bailey J. And
Yeah.
So
I wish I found that word. I could practice it.
So I try to always have a question for him.
Yeah.
You know,
a gay question.
A gay question.
Okay.
You know, and then, but he's like, now he like looks forward to it. He's like, what do you got? And he's like, everyone you've asked me has always been like, you've set a bar. You can't ask some dumb shit. You know, so I was like, okay, I got one now. And any gay listeners, or this is more so directed to the lesbians, but if you're listening and you fall in that pocket, please feel free to let me know if you have an answer that differs from his. So I said, look.
Ask your question. I want to see if I can guess his answer.
Okay.
All right.
I said marriage is, in terms of legality, is a new thing for the gay community in this country, which he agreed. And I said, so traditions haven't been built in the same way as heterosexual marriages.
Okay.
Which he agreed.
Like role responsibilities?
For the ceremony of a wedding.
Okay, gotcha.
And I said, so lesbians get married, who pays for the wedding?
Oh, gotcha.
And he was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But then he gave me the answer after he thought about it for a second. So would you like to take a stab at the answer?
I would say...
You're trying to guess his answer, not quote-unquote the right answer.
Yes, I would say the family split it.
So that's the answer I was expecting. The answer that he gave was, it's kind of the beauty of gay marriages. There hasn't been any tradition set, so there's not really any rules.
Okay.
So you can kind of do as you please and want, you know, as long as the mission gets accomplished.
Gotcha.
And so I was like, okay.
So have you ever thought about paying for your girls' weddings?
Oh yeah, I'm unprepared. I think we've even talked about this because I have college money set up.
Yeah.
For two of them, I don't have anything set up for Leia.
Mm-hmm.
And my goal is to have money set up for their marriages. And my goal with that is $10,000 a piece.
Okay.
But I have nothing.
Yeah. No, you have a lot of things.
Right.
I think that has to be the next Me Too crackdown. Why does the woman's family have to pay the dowry? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, a lot of times now they handle it different ways. You know, like families will split it. Families won't pay at all.
Yeah.
You know, but I think that's more so of our generation and, you know, being kind of unprepared.
Yeah.
Financially.
I mean, you know, in my mind, I don't know. We had a very small wedding ourselves just to make it, you know.
I mean, we had a small wedding, but it still costed about $10,000.
Yeah, I think we only spent five for us. So,
where was your party at? It was like in a gymnasium or something?
The fire hall. So,
yeah, ours was
at the elementary school.
Dude, Mario's wedding. Remember I told you it was like in the school, like the silverware was like plastic, but it looked metal.
Yeah. Hey man, classy. I like that stuff.
Wild. That's wild. Like you're taking your picture the same place where the chess club took their picture.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's funny. I did miss gay night last night because I called up my dad and I was like, "Hey, listen, the girls are out of town. You guys want to get together for dinner? Maybe I'll do that tonight. I don't know." He's like, "Yeah, you want to go to gay night?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" Bunch of guys buy me drinks.
Yeah. I had another question for him that he was like, "Damn, it's a fucking legit question." Also, I can't remember what it was now.
I get a lot of questions from because he's in his 50s,
mm-hmm.
So a lot of the guys that he hangs out with and everything, you know, they want to know how the family situation is for the kids growing up and how we think about it now, because any of the younger guys are thinking about having a family and they want to know, hey, what's the future look like? Mm-hmm. So that it's actually interesting. I should write a book about it.
Well, we had a conversation, you know, me and this guy, and he was like, you know, he's like, a lot of people don't talk to me about it, or they're funny about talking to me about it, you know. And he was like, I think it's because they don't want to offend me or make me feel like an outsider. And he was like, but I would prefer if people had questions that obviously weren't malicious.
Yeah.
You know, to just ask, because it's the only way that you can learn.
Dude, I love asking people of different
cultures,
I said the subcultures.
Same thing. I was like, it's like the only way that I'm able to gain information and learn from you is if I find out what's going on.
Yeah.
And I was like, and it's the same thing. Like people at first, you know, when I started mopping, you know, people were like, so I hear you like cartoons. You're really into cartoons. And I was like, well, not like Disney, like you and your family, but you know what I mean? Because you start talking about it, and then they start understanding your perspective.
It is fun. We've had this conversation in the last 15 years now. the comic book stuff has gone so mainstream at work because of Marvel.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah, I mean everybody's talking about.
I was an outsider.
Yep.
You know,
and now you're a guru.
now I'm the guru.
Yep, and same
Now it's like
same shit.
People catch me and they're like, "Ooh, glad you're here."
I need you to clear something up for me. We're having an argument.
Yeah,
I need you to clear this up for me.
Exactly.
Yeah. It is funny, back to that conversating thing. Like, my next door neighbors are Indian, and I love talking to them about their culture. You know what I mean? Because it's fascinating. They have like one of the oldest cultures on the planet that's still active. You know, and they start bringing out books and talking about religion and politics and everything, and I'm just eating it up.
Yeah.
And it's funny because we'll go over there for like drinks or whatever, and I'll end up staying up to like 2:00. They have this one cousin that usually stays with them, and like it's like, oh yeah, you want to learn this? Like, hey man, tell me about it. And I mean, like, but some people get very like nervous about talking about that stuff, and it makes them. I think it makes my wife uncomfortable sometimes because I'll ask about anything.
Yeah, it definitely makes my wife and my coworkers uncomfortable when I'm like, I got a question about homosexuals.
Yeah.
you know, and then like they're like, everybody's like,
yeah.
like you can't talk about it while they're around. I was like, no, this is when I talk about it. Because you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I had a Sikh.
Yeah.
You know,
familiar.
Yeah, and
did he have his comb and his blade on him?
Definitely had the blade.
Okay.
You know, and he was talking to me about the blade and all that, and how like, you know, he was like sometimes people will be like kind of goofy about him, but let me see the knife, dude, and all that. And he was like, but it's kind of a sacred thing to us, and like if we bring it out, it has to draw blood.
Yeah.
Like, so like if I bring it out to show you, I had to cut myself before I put it back in my fucking holster sheath.
Do you know what the whole Sikh religion was for?
People hiding, I believe.
No, it was basically for Indian cultures to fight Muslims.
Yeah. He told me all about the history of it and stuff. But it was cool. It was a good conversation. Yeah, I learned a fuck ton. But it was only because I wasn't afraid to talk to him about who he is.
Yeah. I had one of my guys I used to do martial arts with, and he was a Zoroastrian, and like he was shocked.
That's a fictional thing.
No, it's the first monotheistic religion.
Pretty sure it's an alien species.
Zoroastrians or Mazda? No, it's not.
Agree to disagree.
It's what the Magi, 3 wise men of Jesus. Agree to disagree. All right. What is that guy's name?
The truth is
Zubab.
The truth is, no one knows what they are.
I think they're one of the most rarest religions, though.
Let's see what else.
Very interesting, though.
A Quickie Mart is opening for business.
Yeah, I saw the pictures of it. Yeah, it's like cartoon as fuck looking.
Yeah, it looks just fucking like it. I'm gonna find out what town it's in, but I hope it's in Springfield. Was it Illinois
or Ohio?
No, it's in Illinois or Indiana. I can't remember.
Or Massachusetts?
No,
Michigan.
yeah, right. But I think Springfield's like. Is Springfield a capital of one of those states?
I don't know, but there's like
it's a big deal.
4 or 5
yeah, but there's one Springfield in particular that's a big deal.
Yeah, maybe.
And it's in Indiana or Illinois
or Michigan.
Illinois is a cool rap name.
Is it?
Yeah, Illinois.
Okay.
I don't know if it says where it says. Oh, Myrtle Beach. That's trash.
Is that in North Carolina?
South
Carolina. There's both.
Is there?
Yeah.
I hope South. But yeah, it looks just like the fucking thing. It's fucking cool. That's just more of a side note. If anybody's going to Myrtle Beach, shout out to Jason. He lives in Myrtle Beach. The bar has officially been raised.
Oh, has it?
T-Rexes will appear in Sharknado 3.
So the Sharknado 6.
Is it 6?
Yeah.
Oh, well, they're going back in time.
The final Sharknado.
And they see the Sharknado that's been throughout history.
Yeah.
And like some have been dragon sharks, like breathing fire, and that's how like the Knights of the Round Table have like saw dragons. It's actually these like fire breathing sharks and everything else.
Seems legit.
Yeah. The effects are like just getting worse and worse, which is like
I think it's part of the charm.
Yes,
though.
absolutely.
Yeah. I've never seen any of those movies.
Nor I, but I'm down.
You want to see it in the theater?
No.
It's not coming. That was a joke.
So I wanted to ask you, what movies would be better with a T-Rex in it?
Every movie. Right? Am I right?
I don't know.
Every movie.
But I mean, are there any in particular?
Ooh, Pride and Prejudice. What?
That was the one I had ready.
Are you serious?
Yeah. That was going to be my go-to.
Great minds.
Yeah.
Great minds. Oh, yeah. Hold on. The Postman.
Yeah.
The Postman.
Waterworld.
2 Kevin Costner movies. Might as well go Dance with the Wolves.
Let's put them in all Kevin Costner movies. The Bodyguard.
Of course, The Bodyguard. Then we can see the Man of Steel.
Con Air.
That would be appropriate.
Yeah.
Kevin Costner was in Con Air.
No, but let's put it in Con Air.
Oh, man, but they're in the air the whole time.
Yeah.
Is this a T-Rex?
T-Rex on a plane.
Let me think.
Cocoon.
Diabetes.
Eating all of the old people as they try to get on the ship.
All their oatmeal. Their tapioca pudding.
Magnolia. Like as soon as Tom Cruise goes into his cock speech,
yeah.
T-Rex in through the theater. T-Rex sitting initially
instead of the frogs falling.
Yeah, just T-Rexes.
No, was it? No, was that Magnolia?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just T-Rexes falling.
Adaptation.
Yes, yes. Let's see off the top of my head what else.
Belly.
Dude, yes. Godfather 3.
Yeah.
When his daughter, when Corleone's daughter gets shot or whatever, and she's like lying down, he's like holding her, and like then the T-Rex comes up and just eats her daughter. The Joy Luck Club.
Oh, of course.
And Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants, but it would call it Sisterhood of the Traveling T-Rexes.
Ooh, Sister Act 2,
yes.
Not 1.
I think
the one that Lauryn Hill was in.
Yeah.
Sister Act 2.
Yeah.
That seems legit.
No, I think that's a good answer. Good
now,
answer.
Black Phillip, you need to animate that.
Yeah, all of them.
Yes.
So who wants to see Satan's dick? Is my note for this one.
I mean, is there? I gotta say, you sparked my interest.
And there's going to be nudity.
Oh yeah,
Lucifer. Season 4
on
Lucifer.
Netflix. Yeah. Okay.
You like that?
Yeah.
I'm up for it.
A God not being circumcised.
I want it to be thorned.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's a little aggressive.
It's Satan.
He has a lot of sex in that show, and the ladies are
Satan.
The ladies are pretty happy with it.
It doesn't have to be. I mean, sometimes pain is pleasure.
All right.
So this question for you, and this next question after who wants to see Satan's dick, so not nearly as impressive of a question, mind you, is who is Sign of the Times? Is this a sign of the times? So Fox just pulled the license of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Firefly back from whoever had them.
Interesting.
And I'm guessing it's to consolidate everything for their handover package.
Oh, okay.
You know, but they Dark Horse has had the Buffy franchise forever.
Yeah.
So that Dark Horse has really caught a lot of L's for buyouts. Like they lost Star Wars from the buyout. Now they're losing Buffy from the buyout. Like, if
who's really buying that much Star? I mean, I know that they're on the field. You know what I mean? And I know every once in a while they do it, like RoboCop. I think they lost that too, right?
I don't know. I would imagine now.
Predator.
Yeah, I would imagine.
So was Dark Horse just the Fox properties?
I would imagine they had a great working relationship with Fox.
Yeah. What's the best Dark Horse shit you got?
All the Star Wars stuff, and then some of the Frank Miller, Terminator, Predator, and Alien, Predator stuff. It was pretty good. But yeah, I mean, they had like all the Clone Wars stuff that Dark Horse did. Like Dark Horse has some really good. Star Wars comics.
I'm not that big on the Star Wars stuff on the comic book wise, but no, I mean, I respect that.
Yeah, but they just like if anyone were to overthrow Disney, I hope it's Dark Horse just out of nowhere.
Yeah,
biggest military surprise in history.
Yeah.
So we get a little contact from the man with the hand. It's just coming full circle, to be honest with you. Stan Lee gave like the little.
Oh yeah, the Hulk hand.
Yeah, it was cool though.
It was good.
Yeah.
It touched my heart.
Yeah, it was lighthearted. It was him. He's still him.
Yeah.
He's not.
And
like
actually, maybe the rumors of his demise are greatly exaggerated.
Well, it may just be like some motory skills, like just losing them. Like like you sign your name 1,000 times in a day. I'm sure it's like if you're an old man, arthritis and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like I'm sure it takes wear and tear on your body. And it's good to see that he's still him. He's not like full goof troop or anything.
There was something in their legal case about protection order or something, right?
I didn't see, not in the notes. I didn't see it.
There was something I saw on him.
But it was nice to see the little video, and I hope he does stuff like that.
Yeah. What a life.
Yeah. Gone Girl. So I never include anything from this website, so I'm not going to shout them out because I find them to be very clickbaity. But this is the one article I've seen from them that I think is worth reading. Marvel's Jessica Jones showrunner and creator Melissa Rosenberg has announced that she will depart the Netflix series once the currently filming season 3 is completely finished. The writer-producer will be turning her attention to different ventures as part of the new deal that she only just signed with Warner Brothers. I think that's interesting. I don't know why. I wonder if this Netflix shit is going to come to a screeching halt once this
Disney stuff.
This Disney streaming service gets up on its feet.
Dude, I think that they got too many. I think they got too much good shit out there, man. I think Netflix is killing it. I mean, all their shows.
I wonder if the Marvel shows, like, if that's going to stop on there. Like, it's like, nope, we're bringing everything home.
Oh, they've already said that after Marvel, Miss Marvel, Captain Marvel.
Yeah, no, but I'm not talking about the movies. I'm talking about the Netflix shows that are Marvel, like Luke Cage and Iron Fist.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I wonder if that's going to be.
Maybe
they're going to wrap all that shit up and be done with it.
I don't see, but Netflix produces that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. They probably have some kind of contract with that. I don't know. I mean, they can stop making them.
There's got to be a. There's got to be a
time frame
on it. And most of that shit, I mean, most of that shit is entering into its third season.
Distribution rights or some shit. Yeah. You know what? I think that everybody doing their own streaming service is going to fail.
It could. I mean, because then you end up spending 4 times as much as you would have for just cable.
Yeah. So now you're paying per channel, a la carte per channel. I just don't. I don't think it's a good idea.
I don't either.
I think that they've tried to do shit like this before, and it hasn't done very well. And the other thing too is that, you know, Netflix has already kind of stood the test of time with this stuff, right? And they're doing well. They have a very loyal base. I think that the Disney stuff is going to be hard pressed to jump out the gate and be profitable on the expense of the shows they're talking about. They're talking about what show was that? They're going to spend like $115 million on or something.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Yeah,
is getting more than $10 million an episode, which is the only thing that's going to top Game of Thrones in terms of budget. I
don't know, man. I don't know if people are going to get a service just for that. I mean, and is it going to drop?
I
just
think
like Netflix.
I think
so you can
Star
watch
Wars,
it all in one week.
I don't know. I think Star Wars is going to be. I mean, they know it. That's why Star Wars is coming first.
Yeah,
you know. But I think Star Wars is going to be the thing. Like, if there is a thing, it's going to be Star Wars. Like, because I'm going to get it.
Yeah, and then everybody's going to come to your house and watch it.
Yeah, that's fine. But what I'm saying is, I'm the last person to get some shit like this. I don't have Hulu.
No, you're the first person to get some Star Wars shit though.
Right, but
you're not a good case study for that.
No, that's what I'm saying is that there are a lot of me when it comes to Star Wars.
There's only one. There's only one.
But like, I think that is going to be like, if there's not enough of us, you'll know it after the first season of that Star Wars show.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think it's a gamble.
And I'm not talking about the Resistance one. I'm talking about the Favreau one.
Yeah,
you know,
it's the Resistance one.
We're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But like, I can't. So let me put it like the Celebration 4 or whatever. No, the Celebration, whatever it is,
38,
whatever it is, went up, you know, for pre-order or whatever. And I was like, oh, I should probably get these early, you know. So like that Saturday went up like on a Monday, and then like that Saturday I was like, all right, let's get the tickets. And one of the days already sold out, you know. So like, if I'm on that, like I wouldn't do that for any other show. Like, you know what I mean? I wouldn't. There's no other show out there. I've already been to SCC in New York. I know you'd have to do that for those, but there's no other shows out there that I'd be like, I gotta jump on this right away. And by the time I decided to jump on it within a week, I already couldn't get the full package.
Yeah, but I don't know, man. A week, that's a long time for ticket sales.
What other show can do that?
I mean, they're on the San Diego Comic-Con level.
I don't think they are.
I don't know.
Not size-wise. Like that.
Well, not capacity-wise, but value-wise. Like, it's a well-run, organized, professional show.
Well, yeah, I think that has some organization issues, but yeah, no, I hear you that it's big people behind it, but there's just not that many out there like that. You know, like it's in an upper echelon. Like I think Star Wars fans are different. It's a different pocket.
Yeah, we'll see.
Let's see what else we got. So, Mask Talk, the trailer for Iron Fist 2.
I didn't see it.
Yeah.
Is it good?
No.
Of course not.
No, it's not good at all.
Is it like
the Kung Fu looks better?
Oh, maybe I did see it. I did like he's like in the alley fight with
Yeah.
Yeah, I did see it. And now the mask was on a dead Iron Fist, right?
Yes.
Okay.
This might be his brother.
No, not his brother.
Let me see.
He didn't have a brother, did he?
I think he does.
That's stupid.
Damn.
So his brother was an Iron Fist as well, or maybe his uncle.
It's a long family history of Iron Fist.
White Iron Fist. All the best Kung Fu guys.
Iron Fist battles Steel Serpent in new season 2 trailer. Danny Rand takes on one-time friend turned rival.
Oh yeah.
Steel
That's a guy.
Serpent.
That
I
guy
don't
in
know
the
him.
that's the guy at the end of the first season of him that was like his buddy. He left. The guy left his post, and that's how somebody got in or something. So
I don't give a fuck.
yeah, you gotta watch it though.
Yeah, I'll watch it just for this.
Yeah,
I would back out of all that shit if it wasn't for this, except for Daredevil and Punisher.
likely story.
Maybe Jessica Jones. So there's also it may not be. Oh wait, so the gun is holstered. Apparently he had his final meeting with Disney, and they were like, nope. But they might be using. They might be using the script.
I hope so. I think if they have to do a script rewrite and they go in a different direction, they're gonna. That's a bad move.
So apparently Gunn and his UTA reps pushed hard for him to be given a second chance, but after taking a courtesy meeting on Tuesday to see if there was any possibility of the director returning to the franchise, Chairman Alan Horn ultimately stood by his decision. Kevin Feige was out of town and unable to attend the meeting, but insiders reckon the Marvel president stands by the studio's decision. As Marvel begins the search for a replacement, it remains unclear if the movie's production schedule will be impacted by the director's switch.
I think we've already gotten info that Doctor Strange 2 is taking the spot.
Gunn's original script is expected to be used, but there's a good chance whoever ends up taking the helm will put a polish on it. It's bound to stir up plenty of conflicting emotions.
Yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be a rough one, man.
I'm personally up for it because, I want him back only for the principality of it. I want someone else to be making Guardians movies.
Fair enough.
You know, but I will say that fucking Chris Pratt, that Christian shit he did that you said he might catch, like it was shared in a positive way, like it went viral. Like
that's good.
Yeah, it was good. It's good that people can put aside their own bullshit.
Is Chris Pratt become America's new sweetheart?
I think so.
I think so too.
I think so.
Yeah. He's the Marilyn Monroe of our generation.
Yeah.
He's just a lovable dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, it's hard. He's a hard person to dislike.
Yeah,
he's like the simple buddy that you had around.
Yep.
that
He's always dependable.
You can break his balls, but at the end of the day, you got love for him.
Yeah.
So it may not be the justice we want. An Amazon listing has shown an extended version of Justice League coming.
Yep.
But insiders are saying it's not the Snyder.
Yeah.
It's more Jost that they cut out because Jost had a longer running film also that they then trimmed down for the theatrical release. So
I don't care.
more Jost.
Yeah.
Maybe it's a Snyder.
I don't care.
Yeah, I don't care. Dude, that part is so fucking good. Oh, dude, I got some really good puns in here. You ready?
Shoot.
Delayed ReBATions. So the Batman movie is now pushed back behind Sirens and Birds of Prey and The Flash.
Are we sure about this? Is this confirmed?
No.
Of course not.
So director Matt Reeves, the Batman may not begin production until summer 2019, following DC Films' Birds of Prey and The Flash, set to be the first Batman standalone film. And they only say it because production is ramping up for the other two, and it's not ramping up for this. And then DC Rebroken, in this new Justice League book, Batman gets his arms and legs shattered.
Yeah.
And he ends up, I got a picture of it. He ends up being, it's supposed to be his biggest injury since the Bane incident.
Yeah.
And he ends up in this pile of shit, pile of human mess, on the floor when they teleport back to the the satellite or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's just all fucked up on the floor. It's
Wow, he is bad.
yeah. It had something. Lex was involved with it somehow.
I don't like that shit. He looks like a fucking.
I think he was like shrunken down and then fucked up, and then something else. I haven't read the book, so I don't know. But that's something relatively new. And then the other thing, the last thing that you offered for the DC stuff was the old TV footage of Shazam.
Dude,
how great
dude,
is that?
he is murdering everybody. It's like the 1940s, like throwing people off buildings and bridges, and just like throw them in a wall, and like it's
throwing car motors at them.
Yeah, dude, it's brutal.
It's so good.
I'll tell you, some of the stunts there look pretty.
They're impressive,
yeah.
and like, 'cause you know that they had to do it. Like, like there's one where like he jumps down this like
off a fucking like hill building.
Yeah, that one. I was like, dude, his knees.
Yeah. Superhero
like,
landing, horrible in the knees.
Yeah, like
the original superhero landing.
Yeah, because his knees like hit the ground, like dust comes up when he hits the like dirt, so it's like it's had to be real.
Yeah,
like, it's not like they could digitally put it in.
And the angle was, it's not like he didn't see the landing. So yeah, dude, he just murdered everybody, and it's and that like those are for kids. It's like it's funny how soft we've got.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, like.
Dude, how like when he like pushes people off of cliffs and stuff, and it like cuts to like a dummy. It cuts to like a dummy in the same clothes.
Yeah,
and like the arms, but like the arms and legs are all willy nilly. So it's like as he pushed him in my head canon, he pushed him so hard it broke all the bones inside his body, and then he fell.
Dude, do you have it?
Yeah.
So you can listen to the yeah.
Oh, I think that was the. I think that might. No, that was the Sharknado one uses it.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, I can bring it up real quick and we can play it. It's pretty funny. I mean, the link isn't working.
Oh, I must have.
Oh wait, no, here it is. Here it is. I think.
So do a body count. Shazam. 3 guys. Oh, he's gunning them down with a fucking machine gun. So they're dead. Next guy grabs him. Throws him off a fucking bridge. Next guy picks him up. Oh, he's gotta be a strong dude, bro. That guy might have lived. This guy's not living. No, engine fell on him. Oh, he's dead. Damn, look at that double tackle. Threw him off a building, like for no reason, like a skyscraper, like right there. Damn.
Yeah.
God,
backsmack the shit out of him.
Oh, throws him off a hill. Yeah. Ah! He hit him so hard, he slid under some shit. That still counts. 8 people.
It's crazy.
Yeah. And he's like walking up slowly, like with his hands out, getting shot. Like, yeah, you're gonna get it.
Here's another thing I'll bring up, just as it came to mind. So people have been hitting me up recently, and I appreciate people hitting me up, looking out for me, because I am trying to get one. I don't know if I'm in the right financial pocket to get one now, but about that Rain Man Dracula.
Oh yeah. Definitely Rain Man Dracula.
definitely one Rain Man Dracula. Definitely just one. It could be 2 Rain Man Draculas if I wanted both.
Like somebody's found you a link to buy one.
Well, some people are selling them. Then all of a sudden, this like post went up that they were selling them. Like again, like relaunching, and like it's not that they said relaunching. It was just like the Dracula will be available, $170 shipped, like all this stuff. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I was thinking maybe they got a mass release, like they scored a contract somehow. Yeah. And anyway, I investigated it a bit. It's coming out through this company, Red Man Toys, which is like known for knocking their shit off. So it's a knockoff. So I went through the YouTube to watch some of the Red Man Toy reviews, like, and people were like, a lot of comments like, this is a good option if you're willing to put in a little effort when you get it to like fix the few mistakes that are going to be on it and da da da. But that's how I learned it was a knockoff, and like that's not what I want. Like
gotcha.
if I get it, like it's like a grail for me now. So like if I get it, it's a grail filled with the blood out of the cross that you like slam a sword into, and the cross starts bleeding proficiently and abundantly, and you start filling it up with a grail.
Yeah.
That's the sort of grail it is.
Gotcha.
But if I were to get that knockoff and have it, like, I wouldn't feel the same way I think I would feel had I got the real thing.
No, I feel you.
So yeah.
Oh, I'm moving Marty, so I need your assistance for that.
Okay.
I need your help.
You got it.
I need your help. I need your assistance.
Okay, so we got some Q&As.
Quick question.
Yeah.
When you say
We're in the question mode.
I appreciate it. Do you say I appreciate you or I appreciate it?
I usually just say appreciate it.
Okay.
Like just
I get like a lot.
I cut off the
appreciate
I.
you.
I cut off the I and the AP.
Getting the appreciate you. It's you, not it.
Yeah, I'm not with that.
Yeah, but like a bunch of people are saying it. That's like it's crazy.
I feel like it's like I feel like when people say it to me, they're usually being facetious. You know what I mean? Like just as a bizarre thing. Like my wife will clean up the whole table after dinner or something, and like I'll pick up a spoon and put it in the appreciate you, shit like that. But not that she's ever done that. But
so we sprung a new joke off of you guys' divorce joke, and it's
legally separated.
No, it's kitchen pass. Like go do whatever you want to do. You know what a kitchen pass is? Your wife gives you kitchen pass. You can go do whatever you want to do. You never heard the term? They made a whole movie about it called Kitchen Pass.
I thought it was hall pass.
Oh, hall pass, kitchen pass, same thing.
No, that's hall pass is different because it has like a context. Like you have a hall pass in school to like get out of class.
The kitchen pass is from your wife, like to go out and drinking with your buddies.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar.
Maybe
I would think it would mean that you didn't have to clean up the kitchen.
My husband would occasionally ask for a kitchen pass to go play poker with his guys. A pass through in the kitchen is an opening for the wall that allows one to pass food into another room, usually a dining room.
Yeah, I'm unfamiliar.
There's also a hall pass.
Yeah, no, I'm familiar with hall pass. And I think even with that, I'm mainly familiar with it from the movie. So let me get down to these questions.
I guess hall pass is the dirty version,
right? All right, so we got one through YouTube from Collecticon. He said Invincible gets better. It has peaks and valleys. How about those names though? Rexplode, Multipaw, and Duplicate. Is that too cheesy or genius? I love Kirkman stuff, so I'm a little biased. But yes, no, I agree. The names were fucking awesome. But I just wanted to share that comment since it was on the YouTube, which we don't really get a whole lot of stuff on there. So,
who keeps on locking out the email? That Joe?
I guess so. Here's one through. There is one that like the Patreon always has us log back in or recertify our thing now. Like every time I log into it, yeah, it's obnoxious. Weird. This is one through Patreon. This is from Anthony. He says, "Hey, all,
we're making so much money on Patreon now.
I quit my job last week. I'm just living off the Patreon money. We're eating just craft singles for dinner, but it's fucking worth it." Anthony says, "Hey, all, how do you feel about Loki by his time of death in Infinity War? Is he still an evil villain at this point, or has he had his Vader redemption moment? Despite all his shenanigans, I was still sad to see him go. Love to hear your thoughts. Also, air high five to Joe from a fellow member of the No Kids Club." Oh, Anthony, first of all, let me first state that I'm sorry for your tragic adulthood. You will never know the joys of fatherhood. You'll never really be complete as a human. And, those Christmas mornings, they're just a little quieter. It's a little bit more empty. So first we want to apologize for that. But now that that's out of the way. I don't think he's been redeemed. I think it's still the same Loki. I think that Loki can't serve himself if Thanos destroys the world. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's how he sees it. He's not a redeemed character to me at all.
Oh, he's definitely redeemed through Thor Ragnarok. He didn't need to go with them.
I disagree.
He didn't need to go with them to Asgard to fight in Asgard.
I disagree that he's redeemed in Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah, of course he is. Thor abandoned him. He's left there electrocuted. Korg takes the thing. He said, it's a brother's brother. You don't change. You know what I mean? And Thor left him there. So Thor changed. So Thor left him there. At that point, he could have jumped in any other ship and left and not gone to Asgard. But he went to Asgard to fight Hela with Thor.
Yeah, but what the last interaction between Thor and Loki?
I mean, he's still going to be the trickster. He's still
what I'm saying. Like, he's always going to serve himself.
Well,
he probably thinks that Hela needs to be defeated for his own personal reasons. I don't think it's a selfless thing with him ever.
I don't know. And I mean, it's definitely. I don't know. I disagree. I think that he was redeemed. I did hear this really cool theory though. The reason that Loki looks like Hela, like the dark hair, the pale skin, the green eyes, is because, we found out in Thor 3 that when he touches people, he can look at their memories.
Uh-huh.
So maybe when he touched Odin for the first time, his latent powers, and that's why he turned white, like from blue to white, because he was mimicking Thor's memories Odin's memories of Hela when she was a baby. Like that.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. But yeah, I don't think that. I don't think he's. I think it's still the same old Loki. Like he does do some like at the end of the day with like. I feel like I'm saying at the end of the day a lot this episode. So I want to say this. At the end of the day, it's really just the end of the day. That's all it is, honestly. But I think that with Loki, the sun rises.
It's also the beginning of the day.
The sun rises and sets with himself. And everything for him is about the bottom line of what's going to suit him best. Sometimes, in the ultimate scheme of things, either being good or bad, there are some good things that he does. And sometimes there are some bad things that he does, but they're all motivated by selfish intentions.
Yeah. I think even trying to kill Thanos.
Yeah.
I think that's still the good
I think it's
thing.
just selfishly motivated. Like,
yeah, but you know what? Then you get into this nihilistic trap where everything's selfishly motivated.
Right. No.
So even when you do selfless acts, you're just doing them to make you feel better about yourself because you're really selfish.
Sure. But there are a lot of characters, especially in comic books, that are fighting overall for a greater good. I don't think that he's fighting for a greater good. I think he's fighting for his greater good. We do have, let's see what else. We do have some more questions, and Joe consolidated them. Joe, appreciate you. Paul C. Are there any advancements, upgrades? I imagine they will likely be technological that have been made that you were initially hesitant to use, but now can't imagine your life without. To further clarify the question, I will give my examples. For me, it is a remote starter for my car, Amazon Prime and HD TV and DVR, and a smartphone. When these things first came out, I was the loudest opponent to all of them. It's stupid to spend money just so that I can start my car from 10 feet away. Why waste money so I can be lazy? Why would I spend extra money every year just so I can get free shipping? With the kind of things I order, it's not hard to get to the $35 threshold for free shipping. Why would I pay for a better TV just so that I can need an upgrade to my cable package to get channels in HD? Also, I'm perfectly fine using my VCR to record shows that I can't view live, or I can just get the DVD at a time later and catch up. You mean I'm not only have to buy a super expensive phone, but I need to pay for an additional data plan? No thanks. Now that I have each of these, however, I can't go back. I'm spoiled and have now adjusted to having all of these items. I'm curious to see if you guys have had any similar thoughts on upgrades in your lives. Anything where you got so good at using the old version that you didn't see the need to try to learn the new way. Maybe going from drawing on paper to creating art digitally or using an airbrush over a standard paintbrush. And then he has a question for Joe.
Gotta wait a moment.
Or maybe that's a Joe KW question. Okay, so.
Streaming. I could barely get my ass up to put a DVD. It's funny, dude. I didn't even buy.
Is that something you were against?
Yeah. Like, I was like, I like to. I same with you. Like, I want to have the actual disc. I want to have it. I didn't even buy Guardians of the Galaxy. Infinity War. Like, Alex went to fucking Costco, and I was like, hey, man, they have Guardians. I mean, goddamn.
Right.
Infinity War. Can you grab that for me? That's the only reason I bought it. And I would not have gone out and bought it myself. Mm-hmm. The airbrush is like a game changer. You know,
I feel like you were never opposed to the airbrush, though.
No, I definitely was.
Oh, were you?
Oh yeah, You know what it was? You know what it was? I'll tell you. There is a airbrush look that people paint in a way to knock stuff out real fast, and from afar it looks good, but when you get up close, it's very sloppy because they don't work enough on their brush skills. Mm-hmm. So I'm not trying to,
right.
But I don't have that problem. You know what I mean? And I was very much against that because once you start seeing it overdone, you're just like, oh, it's fucking trash. You know, dude, my keyless entry to my vehicle, I don't even press the button. Like I just walk up to my car and knows that I'm there.
Yeah,
and unlocks the door.
Since it's the thing. That's how Laura's truck is.
I mean, it's like I can't stand pulling out keys out of my pocket anymore. I don't like doing it. So,
mine is definitely the iPad. Like,
yeah.
When the iPad first came out, I was like, I'm not gonna buy an iPod. I'm not gonna buy an iTouch for people with vision issues. Like that's, you know what I mean? Like I was like, I don't need it all bigger. What am I going to do? Carry it around? And to be fair, I would still view it the same way. I don't have a need for an iPad, but this drawing thing is a game changer for me.
Yeah.
So I never use the iPad to like scroll through or browse the internet or anything like that. I only use it to draw. Like I open it up, I go to that one app, I draw, and I close it out. Like
I never use I used my iPad when I started drawing again with it, and I never stopped doing it because I got that one old pen that there's a little bit of delay. It's still pressure sensitive, but it was like the delay. I was like, I can't do it. It's not there. The technology's not there yet.
So like that's when I'm trying to think. Like I'm not a big tech guy.
The soundboard mics.
I was never against it.
No, I'm just fucking with you.
I was kind of against computers for a bit, but then somebody told me to try an Apple, and then I haven't been against them since.
Yeah. And you got me on the Apple.
Yeah.
So it's because of you were doing the audio editing.
Yeah, and I was doing like every computer I was buying, I had to replace in 2 years.
Dude, when I started doing video editing, I bought 2 computers in 6 months and burnt them out.
And I was just like, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't need a computer that bad.
Yeah.
And if Apple wasn't a thing, I would just use my phone, and I would do away with computers in general. Like,
yeah,
because like the PCs and maybe PCs have come a long way in the last 12 years. Maybe they have. I don't know.
I mean, the only thing I use for PC is email and like spreadsheets.
But like, I just don't
Word docs.
Like
and I do prefer using a PC for those functions, and that's it. Like the Microsoft Office suite, that's the only reason I have a PC.
Now, when the technology, here's something like I'm kind of all about buying the movie and buying the CD and buying all that. When technology is at a point where it's all localized in a hub in your home that you own, that's easily accessible on any device at any moment, and it's easy and cheap to implement, I'll probably make that switch.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
This is fun. You receive an email,
mm-hmm.
and it's like the email says, "I'm you from the future," and you're like, "Okay, what number am I thinking of?" And then as soon as you think that, another one, 163. You're like, "Oh, it's true." And they're like, "Dude, you need to get rid of your phone and all electronics right now,
or what?
Or you're gonna die."
I'm going to die.
Something horrible. Something horrible.
How did my future self survive?
I don't know.
That would be my question to the future self.
And then he responded, "Listen, dickhead." And you're like, "Okay, this is me."
I have a question for you.
What's that?
Just ask me this.
All right.
And I think it's spawned from a Nerd Rage conversation that we were having.
Sure.
So you walk outside and you're abducted by an alien ship. And
it's happened before.
You're horrified because this is your worst fear.
Yeah.
And it takes you back to its planet. What did you say? The names of those people the wise men were?
The Zoroastrians.
It takes you back to Zoroastria, and you meet all of the Zoroastrians.
Yeah.
And you're going to be there for the rest of your life.
Okay.
The males look like women,
mm-hmm.
but have penises, and the females look like men, but have vaginas.
Oof.
What do you do?
I guess I barely J it.
No, you give me love. I've been asking that around because it's a pretty interesting question, right? And it's kind of telling. You know, I asked that question a lot, and like I asked it to like this, like man's man
mm-hmm.
at the mopping place, and he was like, I'm just gonna live off my memories, and I was like, okay, all right, fine, but let's say you can't. Let's say you can't. And he was like, then I'm going for the vagina. And I was like, so you're just going to knock beards with some lady, just bump chest hairs with some lady so that you can
Maybe I would think up some very good positioning for a threesome.
Well, so it's funny. Someone else actually said that. Somebody, one of the people I asked, he was like, why do I got to choose just one?
I mean, by that time, you're stuck on an alien planet. You might as well fucking work with what you got.
Yeah, don't be so suburban. Yeah.
I'm down.
So, and then Joe had a question. And Joe's question was, if I can find it, he said, 6-scale statues are great, and quarter-scale statues are awesome, though a little pricey and space demanding. What do you guys think of 3rd-scale statues?
What about half?
What
about full scale?
Yeah, I mean, you can get them.
Yeah, I know. Dude, if I could afford that full scale Batman,
You would get it?
Oh, fuck yeah. The BBS Batman?
I think the only full scale thing I would get.
Yes.
I'll tell you. Here's the full scale things I would get off the top of my head. Han and Carbonite.
Check.
Hanging on the wall. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yoda.
I've already looked into the Han and Carbonite. There's kits for you to make it.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
R2. Stuff like that.
Yeah. Kits for you to make that too.
But I think that's it. Like you can get a 1/1 scale Vader, I think.
Yep.
But I don't think I want that.
See,
I want it.
The Batman. What I would do in the Batman, I would have it set up in a way when you came down the stairs, there'd be just like a very fine light, so you catch the silhouette of him standing there to freak. Oh Jesus,
Now, if we're talking about like dream house shit and all that kind of stuff, I would get every like Mart Iron Man armor.
I get a 1 scale Optimus Prime
and have like a hall of armor.
That'd be tight.
That I could walk into.
Yeah.
But like the only things that I would like really realistically like, I could get that Han and Carbonite and make it work if I,
dude, make it at the door.
Right. That's like one of the few things.
That's what I want to do.
That I would like really, really want. Now in terms of the statues, I really think like 1/6 is the sweet spot for me. Like the quarter scale statues are beautiful and I think they're great and I'd love to have some, but they just open up a whole new ball of wax in terms of displaying them that creates challenges that I'm not prepared to deal with.
Yeah, those are 1/4, right?
Yes.
Those are fine, because they're action figures. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can do a lot with them. Like I look at like helping Joe move that fucking Deadpool was fucking nerve wracking.
Mm-hmm.
In the darkness and the Witchblade, fucking nerve wracking. I'm not about that life. You know what? I was moving. So the only 2 statues I have left are my Jim Lee Batman 6 scale statue and my Jim Lee Catwoman.
Oh, you don't have the Superman one?
Yeah, I sold it.
Really?
A long time ago, yeah.
Bummer.
No, not really.
Yeah, the Code of Akia Batman.
Yeah, I got that too. I got that too. So
the Jim Lee Batman and the Code of...
Yeah.
I thought you sold the Batman and the Superman together. You didn't?
I have the Superman and the Supergirl.
Okay.
I made a stupid amount of money for it, and at the time I needed it. You know what? I don't really like that Superman statue.
Yeah.
Like, I love Jim Lee's art. I don't think it translated well. I think it's too comic book. Like his chin looked ridiculous. Like his wrists were really skinny, for the Superman. Like it looks better in the art, but then when they 3D it, I'm just like this. It isn't. It's not a good representation for me.
Okay,
so it's fine. And I didn't have any second thought about it. But the Batman and the Catwoman, I didn't sell. I was going to sell them, but they're still sitting up. And like after I put them back up and I was dusting them and everything, like you know what? I'm just not a statue dude. Yeah. I really am not. Like the Marty, my Marty, my DeLorean, I like, but it's like that one piece. But I guess so. I moved all my little toys that are on the shelf and I put them in the TV room now. So I had like my He-Man on one shelf. I got like the Grimlock and Optimus on another shelf. I got what else did I have up there? Like the Captain America, the lightsabers, and I'm like, this is good. Mm-hmm. Little element. Oh, I did buy something. I don't want to tell you about it until I finish it.
Okay.
But I found something like at a pawn shop type of thing, and it's going to be good when I'm done. But I kind of like the little accent pieces. You know what I mean? That's just like my style. Like I would get a proton pack. A proton pack would be the biggest thing. And fucking Justin did send me some information about it. It's just too much, bro. It's like I know once I crack the seal on that, I'll just go fucking balls in, and I'd rather just pay for it.
He used his he put it's a vape. And it's marshmallow.
Yeah, I know. A toasted marshmallow. I know. I'm aware.
So good.
Not marshmallow. Toasted marshmallow.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's fucking tight. That's really cool.
But for me, 1/6 is the sweet spot, just because it fits everywhere.
I agree with you.
But the thing about 1/4 is that even if you get a 1/4 statue, it's not that size because all of them come on a big ass
stand.
base.
Yeah.
So
that's why I said those work because they're action figures.
Right, but I'm saying even if I wanted to, because I want a couple 1/4 scale statues, kind of like I've told you this before, but like I want one of everything that I really love, like one Marvel thing, one DC thing, one Star Wars thing,
one Transformer thing.
I don't think so.
Wow.
I don't think so because
you fucking hate Transformers.
Yeah, no, it's just not my top 3.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how Transformers led to this up kick?
Right.
And now it's like
Well, because I was having this conversation with Laura recently, and I was like I'm drawing that Prime, and I like put on some Transformers music while I was drawing it. I like doing that. Like if I'm drawing Batman, I usually put on Batman music or whatever. And like
Hans Zimmer or Elfman?
Zimmer.
Okay.
That Dark Knight Rises soundtrack, dude. Like that's up there for me.
I know.
But I was putting on some Transformers music while I was drawing it, and I was like, I really do love Transformers. And she was like, I know. And I was like, the problem is like it's probably fourth place for me, you know. And then for one, there's just not a whole lot of quarter scale stuff for Transformers.
Yeah,
the stuff that is available
is
like,
it's very stylized.
It's stylized, or it's like movie stuff or whatever.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, it's like dumb money, you know, like there's that one quarter scale statue. Or it's not quarter scale because it's Transformers, right?
Yeah.
But a
big ass statue,
Grimlock and a Sharkticon.
Yeah,
like I would love to have that.
It's like $1,000, right?
It's huge and it's expensive, and like I just don't know where I would put it.
Yeah, right here.
But if I had
right here,
yeah, this would have to go. If I had room for a fourth statue, then Transformers would be my next go to.
Okay,
you know, that like my top 5 things.
So obviously Batman. Ooh.
Yep. That's where it gets tricky.
It's got to be a Vader.
Oh, yeah.
So Vader, Batman.
But why? Do you know why it's a Vader?
Because I think he encapsulates Star Wars better than any other single character.
I don't disagree. I agree with you.
Yeah.
The truth is I would want
that
Solo.
Shiny Dome.
I would want Solo. But he's nothing without the dog. And now I got to get 2 quarter scale statues.
Yeah. So, and then for Marvel,
that's the tricky one.
I mean, I think the go-to now would be Iron Man, unfortunately, because he could probably display the best. But it's going to be like, you think Marvel is like, all right, well, Spider-Man or Wolverine.
Right.
But, which way do you go?
So my choice would be between Captain America and Gambit.
Gambit is trash.
The quarter scale statue is badass.
I hear you, but
like, the question is like, what means the most to me?
Yeah, I think Cap would be a good one too.
And I think it's Gambit. You know, like that's probably the first comic book character that I fell in love with in the comics.
Oh yeah, who's this? Gambit.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I don't remember him in the movies.
It doesn't bother me. You know,
I know.
Like, but yeah, I mean, like, and then probably after Transformers, like, this Mortal Kombat is probably my 5th.
Okay,
you know, like,
and you would get Kung Lao.
I would get Kung Lao.
God damn it! High
five. But yeah, I love the quarter scale.
You didn't even know it until I said it.
No, because I'm always going back and forth in my head about what I would get, Kung Lao or Raiden.
Yeah.
And I would probably get Kung Lao because he was just my go-to.
Yep.
But
you're a sucker for hats.
So yeah, and I love a good hat. The problem is that like, oh damn it, the price isn't what turns me off to quarter scale. It's the size, and I don't think that my basement is designed to display that type of piece, which is why when I do my
I agree.
When I do my quarter scale statues, when that day does come, they're going to go in the movie room, and they're all going to have.
You still have the storage area
right, the Ohio building room. I'm going to do a video about that because we got some requests on Patreon to do like.
Why don't you make it a proper fucking hobby area?
I would like to, but it needs to store stuff too. Like it always needs to have that element.
Make that happen.
Yeah, well, I mean, whenever you're down, I mean, we got to do that table too. Whenever you're down to work on that.
Yeah.
But like, yeah. So that's the thing is that quarter scale stuff is always about the space for me more so than the price. Like if I want it, I'm going to make it happen. The problem is like how and where do I display it? I think eventually one day when we get to that, I'm tying it back. When we get back to that place where all music is like instantly accessible from everywhere and you have ownership of it.
Yeah.
I'll get rid of all my CDs and I'll get rid of all my movies.
Yeah.
You know, and then I can expand the display options in that room.
Yeah.
And then I might do quarter scale
Why
stuff.
Why don't you get a server? Like we know enough tech guys. Like I know Chris could probably set one up. Download all of your music on the server and then just store your CDs.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
Someone just has to educate me on it. Like, and I need a contingency. You know, because once I do it, I don't want to have to do it again.
Or like a backup.
Right. You know.
I wonder how big of files that would be. So
anyway, all kind of food for thought.
Yeah.
And then Star Wars news, we don't have a whole lot to talk about, but there is this thing, which I labeled in the notes as mouse shit. This trailer dropped for the Resistance show. Did you watch it?
No.
Let's take a minute. Let's take a minute and watch this.
All right, pull it up for me. Yeah, it looked like trash.
So let me give my objective and subjective views on this.
Before you say anything, though, it does look like they're trying to capture that style that's in Voltron and Last Airbender.
Definitely,
but it's not. The animation is not the same. You know what I mean? Like the animation looks very Saturday morning cheap cartoon because like the cell shading. But it doesn't have the charm of there's that fine line that comes from a lot of anime that has that kind of goofy, funny, but you can still be serious at the same time. That over the top this, and this is very poor.
We're parking our cars in the same garage.
Yeah, okay, making sure.
So
on that alien world,
objectively, I think this is going to be what they do from now on. I think every time that you get a Clone Wars, you're going to get a Resistance. Do you know what I'm saying?
For a younger audience.
Which I'm okay with. If it brings new kids into the fold and shit, if like kids love it, that's fine. But that's my objective opinion on it. Subjective,
and that's their audience. That makes sense.
Subjectively, this is the first time I smell the mouse.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
know, like
smells like feces.
Yeah, and I'm just like, dude, like I've always liked the Star Wars animation, like Clone Wars and Rebels, even to a lesser extent,
and even the old Cartoon Network Clone Wars.
Yeah, not as much, but
but when it came out, it was cool.
Yeah, it's fine, but and it still falls into the same pocket of the point I'm getting ready to make. But what I loved about them specifically was they were obviously for children. You know, like Rebels is for kids, Clone Wars is for kids, but it like requires its audience to be a little bit more sophisticated. So like there's groundwork stuff for the kids. Like my kids love Ahsoka and they love the Force and all that kind of stuff. So they're happy with Clone Wars. But they can also, every now and then Jane would ask a question, well, like if this is the case, then isn't this the case? And I'd be like, now you're thinking about it, you know, because like it does ask you to raise up to a level, you know, as opposed to just childish entertainment, which is what I think this is.
Agreed.
So I found that to be a bit of a bummer.
Yeah. So we have a new segment we're going to start, and it's called Fake News.
Yeah.
Wrong.
So Comic Book Resources published an article. I think it was Comic Book Resources. It might have been comicbooks.com.
Yeah, I've seen it in a
Comic
couple
Book News.
Yeah, I've seen it in a couple places.
So I don't know who started this, right? There was a guy that said there was a Tatooine set being built, and then the Tatooine set was taken down. So there's theories that maybe they were going to go to Tatooine for episode 9 and then decided not to.
Yeah.
There's theories that maybe it wasn't Tatooine at all. Maybe it was Jakku and they were going back there for episode 9 and then decided not to. There's also theories that it may be tied to the Obi-Wan spinoff and maybe that's not happening.
Yeah.
But this article is just saying, but also, guys, maybe it could be Rian Johnson's trilogy.
It's canceled.
Which no one has.
He did go back recently and like delete 20,000 tweets.
That was because of the gun shit.
A lot of tweets, bro.
That was because of the gun shit.
Yeah, I mean, people tweet that much. It's crazy.
Yeah, people are tweeting fools.
I hate a Twitter.
Yeah,
I hate it.
Now, like, I can be entertained by it, but I hate using it. I hate it as an interface. But like, sometimes like I follow some funny people on there, and like I go through and follow like the threads.
Yeah,
and like sometimes I'm entertained by just reading the threads.
Fair enough.
It's like being in a giant Facebook group.
Yeah, I like it when the threads are shared on another venue like Facebook.
yeah. But yeah, there's no validity to that.
Yet.
Yeah. Trying to think if there's anything else. But yeah, I just don't. I think this show looks dumb. It's cool that I think that's Oscar Isaac like voicing Poe. So I'm guessing that Poe is not going to be like a regular.
Yeah.
On the show, it'll probably be in the first episode. And
it's Oscar Isaac. Oh, so is Poe is the older guy?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. I thought that Poe was
the
main character. It's just a prequel.
No, I mean it is a prequel, but I think that's old Poe because Oscar Isaac's tied to it.
Okay.
But I'm guessing it'll be like just one episode. Like he's not going to do the whole fucking series. You know
yeah.
I mean?
Well, I thought he was doing if he can do the voice for that one character. It's like, oh, that older guy looks like Poe. I guess that's what he's modeling himself off of. And this is the voice for the older guy who's not really Poe, and Poe's the main character.
No, I think he's playing Poe in it.
Okay.
And then like there's a racing. They're going to be racing. Like, what are you doing? Like and like that. I think that I'm also turned off by that because like I'm really curious about that era. You know, like that 6.5 era.
Yeah.
You know, and it looks like the Favreau show is. Well, I mean, if rumors are true, that it's not going to really deal directly with it. So like, I was hoping to get a little bit of explanation in there, and it doesn't look like that's happening, which is unfortunate. So it leaves these fucking trash ass novels they've been putting out. But to be fair, that's all I was talking to a guy actually at NJCC, and I was like, this, we talk about Star Wars a good bit. He's a big Star Wars fan. He actually didn't become a fan, I think, until the prequels. Like he grew up with us, but he just couldn't get into it as a kid. When the prequels came out, he liked those.
Oh, that's cool.
And then he kind of got into everything.
It must be a rare bird.
Yeah. So we were talking a good bit about it, and I was like, and we talked about the shows, and we talked about this show, and I was saying how I think this is gonna be a thing now. Like they're always gonna have some, like they did that Forces of Destiny last year, which is like for girls. Like it was one's, they were all episodic. One's about Padme, one's about Leia, one's about Rey, one's whatever. And that was aimed for children, and I think that was like a pilot thing to see if it was going to be profitable.
Yeah.
And then once that was successful, now they're doing this. And like I think for every time that they do either an adult show like the Favreau one or an adult animated thing like the Clone Wars, you're going to get this to coincide with it to expand audiences. So we were talking, and in all this, and like just like this article was like rumors of Kathy Kennedy being fired, like. All of these rumors generate from the same two places on YouTube that I refuse to shout out. But these same two places are
which ones?
Fucking trash. And one of them was one of the guys that came out like he's not even a Star Wars fan. He just saw that this shit was profitable on YouTube, so he came out and started saying like, "Yeah, but fuck her with her feminazi."
Oh, it's a guy that's like it's like a gimmick sell this shit site.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's like there's like a car in the background of his videos.
That I don't know.
Yeah,
but like so it all originates from these same two places, and like I listened to like a couple other podcasts, and like they made a good point. Like if they were going to get rid of her, they got rid of her. Like they're not going to be like, look, episode 9 is probably the most important one that we've done, so this is your last chance. You know what I mean? Like they're going to be like, nope, time for a regime change, and we're going to get this one right.
Yeah.
So but then we started talking. He was like, well, if I don't know if he asked or whatever, but he was like, if you were to see her go, would you want? And I was like, Dave Filoni was my initial thought. But my only issue with Dave Filoni is that, like, I think he's almost built for episodic.
I don't know who that
he
is.
did Clone Wars. He was involved with Rebels.
Dave Felicio.
Yeah, he wears a fucking sweet hat.
Sucker for hats, bro.
I'm a sucker for hats. But like the thing with him is like, I love Clone Wars, but I don't know if I would want a movie of any of it. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough.
Like, I don't know if I would want that story told, and I think it works as a cartoon show that you can watch 6 seasons of and get invested in the characters. But outside of that, I'm not sure if I'd be interested in. And maybe he's not a one-trick pony. Maybe he can do a bunch of different things. He's doing this purposely for TV. But
Christopher Nolan.
Oh, that man. With his sweet English accent. All he has to do is whisper the right words.
I did watch.
I'll wear a 3-piece suit for him any day.
I did watch a video with him talking about Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh, yeah?
10 years after. It was pretty interesting.
What did he have to say?
Just didn't like. There's a lot of ad-libbing that he's like, he didn't let me see everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was going to invent it on the fly, and there's a lot of stuff like that he did. Like the character kind of had a natural evolution inside the production of it, which was kind of cool.
I've always been curious, man. I think I would lose a testicle for it. I've said this on Nerve Rage before, but that supposed diary he kept, like he had a diary of just his Joker research and ideas and everything, and like I would love to wet my beak in that book.
That would be cool.
But I'm sure that'll never see the light of day because they know they could make $1 billion off of that thing. And I'm guessing that the estate doesn't even have any interest in selling it, which I get and respect.
I mean, or a copy. A copy of it.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think they have any interest in exposing that. If they're like, this was his private thing, we're going to keep it as such. You know?
Maybe. Let that shit out. Let it breathe.
Dude, they'd get my money.
Yeah.
I'd pre-order.
Yeah. Or give it, and give it to a foundation or something they got an issue with. I don't fucking know.
Yeah. Sleeping Meds Foundation.
Yeah, I was gonna say something fucked up. But
Dating Fucked Up Twins Foundation.
who's he dating that was fucked up twin?
Mary Kate and Ashley. That's a game of medicine.
Oh, was he dating both of them?
No, whichever one. They're all fucking. It's like one unit to me.
Dude, I think. Fucking,
You know what I would have told them if I could have, if I knew, could go back in time and talk to them like, hey, you're giving this man medication. I'm gonna need you to cut it out.
I think on that note we should end.
I gotta give shout outs.
Okay.
Shout out to the Cool Table, Shattercast Uncut, Enter the Realm, Beer and Bolt just 40K, Plastic Fanatics, Stasis Lock. Got to hang out with Bricks a little bit at this show. Toy Detox. Got to see Tyler also. He came through for the day.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
You talked to him about his podcast?
No,
the wheels fall off the wagon?
No, I should have. I talked to him about it because he's moving. I'm like kind of bummed. I'm like low key bummed about it.
Yeah. It's like he's moving to Nebraska.
No.
Nebraska.
It starts with the N though. New Hampshire, maybe.
I don't know.
I probably shouldn't
It's
even
far
say
away.
it. Yeah, but it's far. What else? Breaking the Mold. I just finished their episode today. 2 episodes back to back on NJCC, boys. You might need to relax. What else? Fresh Communications. I think I'm 1 episode behind.
Stasis Lock.
Stasis Lock I got, and then building up to it, the Lego show. Bricks, I got to have you down for an interview, man, for Skull Affair. Because he has like a brick and mortar store. I hope that's the name of the show. Sorry, it's
great.
Definitely not. And shout out to the Nerd Rage team, Black Phillip, who actually did me a solid this week. Because Black Phillip, this fucking dude, man. Like, he is a goddamn simpleton. I love him.
He gets into your heart.
Look, so he bought my Seekers and my Warbitron Bruticus. And I gave him a great deal for all of it.
Gotcha.
Right? Stupid deal.
Yeah.
Because he's my guy. You know?
Yeah.
So
He's
I had
a little fella.
So I had it boxed up, ready to go for him. It's packaged up. And he's like, dude, I'm ready to pay you. And I was like, cool, send it through. This motherfucker paid for it with goods and services. Like the one time where I actually use PayPal and he is friends or family, he pays for it.
Did you send it back and say no, dude?
No, I talked to him and I was like, look, you sent this goods and services, so you're indebted to me for $10.
Yeah.
And it was less than $10, but and I was like, I'm taking it out of your ass. And he was like, okay. And I was like, I need you to vectorize this art for me, and I need it in 48 hours. So
See, it worked out.
Yeah. Raul coming up on the 450K. And then, of course, Joe KW, who couldn't be here today, and Dante the Destroyer, Manny, hope all is well, sir, and Philip on Twitter, who's supposed to be coming by Friday. So
that'd be cool.
Yeah, that's everybody and everything.
And with that, great tits.
Tight dick, player.